sort of full half plate, sort of a gray chest plate on, and he looks to be late 20s, sort of combed back, slick, like brown hair with sort of like blonde tips. Sort of like chest out as you see two more guards behind him, and he has this shit-eating like smirk on his face, and he has a couple of scars on the side of his face, and you see a sword at his hip as he just has one hand on the hilt as he kind of like puffs out his chest, like, "Hey, watch your step," and he goes to go past you and like shoulder checks you as he goes to walk in.
Can Goosh, being a rogue, like just be like run into him and then kind of like really just check him really quickly to see what he can get?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Who did he shoulder check? Was it Jonathan or Wes?
Jonathan, yeah, okay. Jonathan.
All right.
14.
14. So you see that, here's what I will say. You find that there is a pouch on his waist. However, it is double tied and it is like looped around his belt. So you couldn't get it, but you know it's there, and there is the jingle jangle of coins inside. It appears on the night of this, before the festival, he has made precautions just in case for things like this. However, it's there. Just might need a little bit more of finesse to make it happen.
Okay, so Goosh kind of like has done his little
recon thing going on.
And he's gonna walk up to Jonathan and be like, the asshole who bumped into us, he has gold extra.
I don't know if it changes anything, but if he bumped him, and Jonathan would have probably turned and looked at him and said, "Excuse you," and then turned and continued on.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't change anything.
Okay, good. Just making sure. So now, back to whatever Goose was saying.
I think we add him to list. First we bound Captain, then we bound him, and then we break his other legs too.
I try not to kill a man unless I'm paid for it or he deserves it.
But no.
I'll let you do what you want, little one.
Yeah, I just want to break leg.
Break legs? All right, we can break his legs.
I mean, Goblin, that's what we can mostly reach, so...
You hear him go, well, Marie, what do you have for me tonight? And you hear him like yelling out as the bar kind of begins to quiet down, as one of the men that he was with kind of stands post outside of the door, and one of them stands post inside of the door.
I look at Goosh like, maybe we should hold up and check this out.
I can sneak in.
Okay.
You watch as he puts his waist around her, the bartender, in a way that obviously makes her very uncomfortable. And she goes and she just shoves him off. It like takes a second as he tries to hold on to this, and he's like, feisty as ever. So where's our drinks? And he looks around and kind of like turns in his stool and looks, making eye contact with you, Jonathan, as for a second, and then looks back to the rest of the crowd as they're kind of like staring at him.
So wait, we're outside of the.
It's up to you guys. You were walking out, so if you want to be in or out, it's up to you guys.
Okay, because you said there's a guy posted at the door. I imagine we were out on the street, but if we had just walked out, but if we were still inside, then I would probably definitely stick around, and I think Jonathan would just look for an empty chair, table, and like try to maybe sit down and. Like maybe we should just stick around a little bit longer. But
Leeds walks back from the forest and he says to everyone, "What's taking so long, guys?"
Leeds. I see Leeds in the doorway and I'm like, "Geez."
Hey, we find the asshole we need to take care of first.
What do you say, Wes?
Just double fisting it.
Maybe. It does. I'm looking at Goosh. The boy is priority, and she's clearly dealt with this. As disgusting as these guys appear, maybe it's not our place to take care of this now. I'm sure they'll be around when we get back. We can break all of their legs, maybe arms too.
I like that.
Fair.
Come on,
Um,
guys. Let's get a move on.
Let's let them know
So-
that we're coming back, though. How should we let them know we're so?
And Goosh, before he can even finish his sentence, Goosh is going to go over and kick the stool that he was on.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Give me a strength roll. Just a straight up strength roll.
20.
Yes! Nat 20? Oh my god, yes. So you see you
And Jonathan goes and stands next to the guard, whoever's at the door. I'm just standing within a shot of that guy.
Okay, now wait, Goosh, did you do this sneakily or like you wanted him to see you do it?
He walked up next to him, kind of looked up, right, looked over at him, kind of like tugged really quickly, and he points down.
What the fuck
and
are
then,
you looking at?
And then he just side kicks that stool, so it just goes right off out from under him.
So you
Sorry, Lee.
see as he like tug at his like arm, whatever. He's like, "The fuck are you?" And he just like falls over, boom, 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 and he clatters on the ground, and the whole tavern goes into uproarious laughter as they're all cheering. And one of the men at the door goes, "Captain!" and he like goes and yells, and then the tavern kind of falls into a hush again as the music stops up on the stage.
So Goosh squats down and then like he undoes his glove, and you can see like the lovely yellowish goblin fingernail, and he puts it under the
Nice.
captain's chin, and he goes, "My mother always told me keep hands to self. Good reminder for you. We be back. You be good. Maybe I no break leg. You be bad. I break both legs."
Give
And
me an
moves.
intimidation check with advantage.
Ooh.
Nice.
I like this
Alright.
goblin.
All right, so that first one was 11, and come on. Yes. Okay. First one was 11. Next one was 15.
Nice. Okay. So he sees this, and you just have the finger up against his neck, and you let it go as you get up, or
Yeah.
And he kind of just shoves you off of him, and he just stands up, and you can see he's trying to regain what sort of composure he has left, and he looks around at the rest of the bar, who are just staring now at this point, like it's dead quiet in here, and he goes, "What the hell are all of you trying to fucking look at?" And he goes, "Come on."
Pick
And-
up the stool.
and-
Pick
and,
up the stool. Pick up the stool also.
Goosh, let's go.
And they walk out. They just walk
Oh,
out.
shit.
We'll be back. And he locks eyes with the bartender for a second, and then walks out.
It's intense.
And then the
I walk out
Music
and wave to
kicks-
Lee like we're coming.
and you hear as you leave the people so woo and are like cheering and clapping for you guys
Nice.
as you leave.
We
Awesome.
walked
So-
out the door. I turned to John, like, "Come on, John. You know I'm shy about my voice. Why you out here trying to make me talking for the strangers?"
I love it so much.
You know I
You
gotta
know,
give
and
you a
then-
hard time, Wes.
You know, in my country, that beautiful voice.
Wes moves to the other side of Jonathan.
Yeah.
I'm just
Discomfort
saying.
levels rising.
Lee comes up to the rest of the party and starts to like grab onto Jonathan and Goosh's hand and like trying to drag him in the forest. Like, come on, guys.
Let's go. All right.
So-
Okay, you
You
know I have
all-
small feet.
I do too.
Okay, so you all start beginning to make your way into the Verdari Wood. At first, it's easy enough to follow the tracks of Mr. Blackwell. As you can see, they were not keen on trying to keep their tracks hidden. Who is taking the lead on this in terms of tracking these people down?
Leet
Who
is
is your lead
taking the front, tracking.
Okay,
them down.
Leet, can you please give me a survival check?
Yes, I can. I got a 5.
Oh, you got a 5. Okay, well, you are beginning to make your way through the wood, and at first, these footsteps make it very easy to kind of track where it is you're going. However, there is a moment where you're walking about 20 minutes in, and you walk past this same tree with a hollow in the hole of it. You walk past it a second time, and you all see that you have been walking in circles for the last 15 minutes.
Can I
Lost.
please do, like, would you like me to investigate where we're going, Lead?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, Leet, give me another survival check.
21.
21. So to describe more so what you're going through.
Oh, my bad. 19. I don't know if that
19. Okay,
changes.
well that changes everything. The Verdari wood is a thick and claustrophobic wood where your feet hit upon dead autumn leaves as you trek through this wood, the mulch and pine that you step through. It is surprisingly quiet in this wood as you are trekking through this evening. And it is through the night that you are trekking as you see up above you through the canopy the faint twinkling of starlight, but no moon guides you this evening as you walk through. It is dark, it is a bit chilly, and it is a little unnerving as the wind begins to pick up and howl, and for a moment, it almost feels as if you hear a voice upon it, just sort of a light whisper gleaming through the trees as you make your way through. Leet, you follow these footsteps. You finally get the track again as you see some footfalls that break some twigs and leaves on the ground that lead you to what appears to be a rocky hilltop where you see there is upon one side of it a child's fortress that has been set up, like a child's play fort has been set up with, you see some twigs and branch and leaf and blanket that has been created to create a fort, and there is a sign, not like a sign but like a paint, like a piece of cloth that has been drawn on, that's kind of like the branch that holds it up has gone limp, and it's like half up against it, strewn across it, that says Old Rockbone Hill. It appears like the tracks have led here so far.
Looks like
Interesting.
a child made this.
This looks like my uncle's summer home.
I love it.
Very nice craftsmanship.
I love it so much.
Can Goosh do like an investigation check for?
Please give me an investigation check.
So it's 20.
20. Awesome. Fantastic. So you see signs of play here. You see that there are not just one set of footprints, but 3 of kids here that played and roamed around here. You see play swords on the ground, even a play shield or 2. But you also see something a little more disturbing. you see other footprints of something not human, or even humanoid, possibly. It's hard to tell. They move with bipedal movement, but the shape is wrong. The gait is wrong. The smell here is also wrong. The more you linger here, the more it seeps through the earth, almost as if you smell rot and decay. But you see no bodies here. And strewn upon the ground, you see there are 2 long fangs on the ground, pressed into the dirt by what appears to be an adult human's footprint in the soaked earth. You kind of like pick them up, put some of the mud off of them, and see they're probably about this long fangs, and they smell like death.
What do you have there? Goosh?
It's 2 fangs, but I do not recognize. And he'll hold them up in his hand, so both are in his little goblin hand, and I do not know, but children were playing here, and he'll reach down and like he pulls his glove off with his mouth, puts it across his forearm, and then takes the dirt and puts it back in his mouth. Tastes like death also. This is not a good sign.
Jonathan will begin to walk the perimeter of the camp, like maybe going out, not too far from his group, but maybe anywhere within maybe 40 feet, just kind of seeing if if there's different, if the tracks lead separate ways, maybe looking for anything else that he might see within, not just on the ground, but within the tree line, anything out of the ordinary.
And is there anything left in the fangs? Is there any like poison or anything that we could?
Give me a nature check, Goosh. And for you, Jonathan, what you're talking about could be a couple of things. If you're trying to look for tracks specifically, that's more of a survival check. If you're trying to like just look around you, that's more of a perception. Or if you want to like try to piece some clues together, that'll be more of an investigation check.
Okay.
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling that I think inside he's initially trying to make sure that there's no threat that's in the immediate around his party, and then if that's clear, then he might try to start piecing, seeing if he can help, because he's not an investigator, I don't think so. I doubt he's leaving that up to Goosh, but he's trying to make sure his party's safe at least right now. So maybe perception probably. Okay. Yep, I'll do perception.
Okay, great.
Oh my god, a whopping 6.
And Goosh got it.
It's really dark, and Jonathan doesn't know what's up.
It is pretty dark, yeah. And you are no.
I'm only half elf, so like I still have the dark vision, but
you can see.
Yeah, I can see, but
yeah, you can
and
see.
Then Goosh got
but dark vision
for
just
nature.
You can see, but it's not like infrared, right? It's like
it's like gray scale. It's like not very, 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 very clear. Goosh, there does not appear to be any poison in those fangs.
No poison in the fangs, so he's gonna take them and just keep them just in case, and put them in a little pouch, and then like Batman, he's gonna slide it.
Nice. Okay, cool. As far as the perception check goes, you do not see anything in the tree line. However, at least at first you don't. The wind picks up again, and you hear that howling, just a sort of like, almost as if just on the very edge of it. You're not even sure if you're making it up, but the words that the barkeep told you kind of like ring out in your mind now as you're out here, as it almost feels like you're being watched. And for a moment, you almost swear you see a shaded figure just out of the corner of your eye, and you turn and look. There's nothing there.
Hey Wes, how you doing? As Lee goes up to Wes.
Cool.
Johnny!
Coming back.
Wes goes and finds John.
Jonathan's on his way as he's like Jonathan's backtracking, but he's looking out to where he saw that figure. He's like, I'm coming. Like he's like, but he's not looking at Wes. He's looking towards like, scanning the darkness.
Yeah.
And he arrives at you and he's like, what? We found anything else? This place is starting to most things don't creep me out, but this place is starting to get to me.
Yeah, I'm just again walking to the other side of Johnny, putting him between myself and Lee. Like, did you find any clues? Did these kids?
For a second there, I thought I saw someone out in the tree line watching us, but could have just been my eyes playing tricks on me. We haven't slept in a while. So.
Go somewhere?
What's that?
Do you want us to go investigate, or?
Let's ask Goosh. I think he might have. Let's see what he wants to. What do we think about these fangs? Maybe we can all. I don't know. I mean, I can imagine they're all standing around. So, well, what do you think, Goosh?
Goosh is just like totally enamored by Wes's amazing voice, like for the goblin. It's just like
yeah, for sure.
It's hitting those like Whitney Houston notes for him.
Oh,
And he's just like-
absolutely.
Get out of here, man.
and Goosh goes, "Oh, sorry."
It is a spiritual experience for Gooch right now. It is the light that is keeping him afloat in this darkness.
Jonathan, I'm sorry. It's just Wes's voice is just for goblin made ears. It's beautiful. You say you saw something.
Yeah, I saw a figure that way, and he kind of points to where he just came from in the darkness.
Lead? You think we go? We go.
Okay.
Maybe we break some thing's legs.
Follow me.
Nice. Looks like we've got a roll
20.
link.
Yeah, just no stress about it right this
Yep.
moment, but just wanted to get you guys set up with it before.
Also, I think Jonathan is maybe been starting to talk to Wes since he's concerned with his voice to teach him thieves' cant, but a sign language version of it, so he doesn't have to use his voice.
So not Spanish this time, just sign language.
It's like a sign. But they've been working on it,
Amazing. Well, I mean, if you want to speak German to me, go for it.
Oh yeah. I don't
above the table.
can't help you there.
The forest.
Yeah, Richard is our
just to give you a heads up,
German-speaking
DM, the forest is.
Sorry,
my,
Richard. Spanish
well,
is good.
no.
No sprachen de Deutsch.
I took like 7 years of Spanish and I don't speak any of it anymore. It's all
Got
gone.
it. You can order a burrito like the rest of us.
Yeah.
It's all good. All right. But yeah, the forest is my favorite terrain, guys, and my favorite enemies are humanoids, so including humans and goblinoids. So if you need me to track these kids, I can. I'm
Okay.
just not talking to anyone but to John about it.
Okay.
So
At the
Jonathan's like,
moment, because the other people are a little freaking me out.
Just love your voice.
Leech
That's
a
all.
little too enthusiastic, and Goose is throwing off some vibes that wasn't worried about.
Making him uncomfortable about where he's going to be sleeping tonight. Awesome. So who is taking the charge with this next set of tracks that lead deeper and deeper into the wood?
Looks like
He's
Wes.
heading forward.
Okay. Okay. Whoever is going to take lead can give me a survival check.
So I guess Leet's gonna go forward. So then Goosh will be in the back just in case he can pick up anything that Leet might miss.
So
Okay, great.
yeah. Leet is also going to use mold earth to try and get a better look at the tracks as he's going hunting them down.
I like that a lot. Yeah. Can you then? Okay. So then, Goosh and Leet give me survival checks, but Leet, due to your mold earth, I'm going to give you advantage on that.
So he clicks his feet and then stomps one on the ground, and it starts to highlight the tracks as he tries to go for this.
Fantastic.
14.
11
With advantage?
with advantage.
Okay, all right. So this takes you a bit of time. However, for the two of you, there is something else that is helping you to track. And it's not what you see, but it's what you smell. As you get deeper into the wood, that stench of death does not go away. In fact, you're not sure if it's because you're focusing on it, but it's definitely possibly getting stronger. And,
boy.
Yeah.
Lead, this is not good.
Nah, this is fine. It means we're getting closer to saving that kid, right?
I would hope so, but it also means bigger things too.
I can take on bigger things.
Bigger things always say they can take on bigger things. Little guy always gets pushed aside.
Amazing. Okay, sorry, I'm doing something super quick now that I have all of your tokens. I'm making you guys little custom tokens for roll 20 super quick. So what are Jonathan and Wes doing while the two of them are tracking?
I'm just kind of like looking at John, like kind of shaking my head, like we gotta watch this one. The pointing at Leet without Leet noticing.
And that one's a little enthusiastic. I don't know if he knows what he's doing in the woods.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. So yeah, they're just kind of chit chatting a bit, but
Chit chatting. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we technically can't get lost, but I'm leaving that up to you, just because of my abilities.
Well,
I can't. I would
for
tell
sure.
them to go.
But you have to use it too. You have to be like, I'm gonna, if you let
I'm
them
not gonna take
go-
it from him unless it gets really, really dumb.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. No worries. Hold on. This is not. I didn't choose these ones. I meant to get. Let's see. Where did these didn't get saved? Oh, they're in downloads. That's what it was. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting these last two tokens set up here, and then I need to. Okay, so we are gonna go into roll 20 now for you
Okay.
guys, and I'm going to, controlled by Gamemaster. So you have him. And then you won't see your characters yet, but they are coming in now. I do have them here for you guys. So you all follow along these tracks and the scent of death as you lead deeper and deeper into the wood. And what you find is that you begin to hear the sound of water. And you find yourselves coming to a creek, which runs its way through the wood. And it's at this point that you begin to hear things. You begin to hear whispers around you. I need everyone to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Always wisdom.
It's always wisdom.
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Move you guys to the creek here.
Got a 9.
Wes got a 4.
Oh my god, I get 21.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank God, Goosh.
Changing those dice from last night's Strahd game on D&D Beyond, I had to get rid of them. I got
Awesome. Let me see. It says the players are here, but I don't see you guys anywhere.
Oh, we may need to reload.
14.
Yeah, maybe.
Nick, specialist. You have any
I'm
idea?
sorry, yeah.
Mr. Roll.
Yeah, so
Nick is our roll 20 specialist.
It's not
So-
necessary, but it's nice.
I see the board. I see the forest board.
yeah, I see the board.
I see it now. I just had to reload.
Yeah, maybe refresh the window. Maybe
Whenever there's a
Yeah,
problem,
the board is
refreshing.
here, but you guys are not here for some reason.
that's weird.
I'm not seeing
Maybe
the
DM if you
Different-
log out and then log back in, that will be there. Or if you launch and relaunch it. I don't know.
That's okay. We don't need it right off of the bat. It's fine.
Yeah, it's weird
So
to see it.
what you guys see is this creek runs through the wood, and there is a moment when even the wind stops, and you hear the cracking of a branch, and in that moment there is
If there's
whisper.
time, Jonathan arms the hand crossbow.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of you
Yeah.
you all hear the notching of the bolt as it echoes through the trees, as you begin to hear just like they're
shit.
coming in from all around you, and then the wind picks up again with a burst, and then you see it, bone white, gleaming in the starlight, padded, weighted feet crunching through the leaves. You see a bone white hand pressed up against the bark of a tree as hot breath steams out of an open skull. But it's not human, as the claws dig deep into the bark, and you see small veins of black seeping into the wood itself. As there standing before you is some sort of bipedal wolf-like or gnoll-like creature, its jaw hanging open, maw full of sharp, jagged fangs, not dissimilar to what you found, Goosh. And the sort of low growl emanates from its throat as it vibrates all of your chest, even from this far away, which is probably about 30 feet away. And then you hear snapping off to the right and off to the left.
Goosh, get
As you
ready.
find yourself,
Wes, ready.
there are now 3 of them. I need you guys to roll initiative.
They're made of bone, so instinctively Jonathan would probably put that hand crossbow away and pull.
Okay.
Go for his short sword. Yeah, let's.
Ooh. Got a 5 on initiative.
I'm rolling terrible today.
Yeah.
19.
12 for
Okay.
me.
Okay.
And I will be right
16
back.
for Wes,
Keep
yeah.
going, guys.
That's
in a
fine.
second.
No worries, you're good. Okay, so I just needed to grab a pencil super quick. Let me see if I can just bring you guys back in here again. I might just do that. Can you guys give me one more time? I apologize. Give me the numbers you got.
Got a 5.
Okay, so Leet's 5.
Goosh got 19.
Goosh got 19. Nice. Wes.
Wes got a 16.
Cool. And I think Jonathan got a 12, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Sounds right.
Okay, great. So first up, as these creatures, let's see, I'm gonna move this to the token layer. Man, I haven't used Roll20 in so long. Let's see. So then I just need to give you guys permission for these guys. So do you see the
I chose a
4
picture that looks
characters?
nothing like me. It took me a while to find me, but yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it was just what was on.
Yeah, no, that's what my normal characters look like. So that was just my default human to go.
No worries. Okay, so
Yeah, no, I got it. I see me now in the front. Like I like it. Let's do it.
where you can place yourselves wherever you want to be in this moment.
We do have control. Nice. Okay.
I do not have
Okay.
control of mine.
You should have it right now.
Okay.
Sweet.
There you go. So you can move yourselves around. Also, this guy was going to be around there. Okay, great. So so I'm going to keep track of turn order.
I think Lee would be still in the front because he was tracking.
Yeah,
Well, by
I was
canon,
next to
keep
Wes.
Jonathan.
So,
I tend to
yeah.
keep Jonathan
I'm
between
probably,
me and
like, right
anybody
there.
else. So
Yep.
that's probably doing one of those or one of these.
So yeah, so Goosh is behind you guys.
Okay.
Oh no.
Awesome, great. First up is going to be Goosh.
So the closest one is okay, so he's over there. So I guess he will just go. So that's the one that we can see, correct?
You
Right
can
there.
see 3
Okay,
of
we saw
them.
3. Okay.
Can you
Um,
see all of them or no?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Just making
So
sure.
then
I think he was.
going
Is that the one? I think you're probably saying Goosh, the one that walked, the first one that stepped out. Is that
Correct.
is
Yeah,
this the
that
first
would have
one that
been the
revealed?
first
Okay.
one for
Yep.
sure.
Okay, so he
That
That one
will.
was the first one.
Do they
So
all seem
he'll-
like they're the same size to us, or?
Yeah, so they're slightly taller than you, but they aren't like a large size creature. They are medium, but they're probably about 7 feet tall, and they're hunched over.
Okay, but they're
So
all
their
similar to each
posture
other.
is-
There's not a boss. There's not a boss
No,
one.
no, they all
Okay.
look to be about the same. Yeah.
Let's see. So Goosh, I guess, will move. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So he's going to be, I guess, right about there. And that'll be the full movement for him.
You have 25 feet, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay. So that was 20.
Okay. That was
Oh,
20
that was-
then.
that
So
was-
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You were here, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, so that would be 20, and then you can get up to it if you want to within.
Okay. Cool. And then, so
25.
if he's close enough, then he's going to attack with his double-bladed scimitar.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Give me an attack roll.
So let's see. Come on. Ooh, 11.
11. Okay, that is a miss. So what does it look like as you pull out this double-bladed scimitar?
It's just like, anime style, like and then at the last minute he pulls it out and tries to swing in a
Nice.
curved
So-
motion, but misses.
Right. So you swing it out, and as you do, this double-bladed sword whips out, the starlight gleaming off of the steel for a second as this bone-white gnoll creature pulls out at the last second this sort of rusted, curved short sword, covered in rust and blood, and ping, and it just pulls it up and blocks the blow, and you see its arm doesn't even move as you go to block in the blow, and its breath pours down from its mouth on you, the steam coming from its open maw as you just get that instant sense of death. This is where that smell was coming from.
Guys, it smells like my great 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 grandmother. These are
Love
the
it.
things.
Love it. Okay, great. So is that your turn, Goosh?
That's it.
Okay, great. Then we go to Wes.
Got it. All right. Wes will unsling his longbow from his back and take aim at this guy
Awesome.
down here. He's going to bonus action cast Hunter's
Okay,
Mark on
awesome,
him
cool.
first.
Give me that attack roll.
Take a shot with the longbow. That would be a
22
22
definitely
to hit.
hits. Roll me that damage.
Let's see here. Sorry, 5 plus 8 plus 3, which is 8 plus 8.
16 damage. Oh my gosh, nice. So you notch back this shot, letting loose, and it whistles through the air before finding home in the chest of this strange creature as it looks down, not even flinching in pain, but you can see that the bones have cracked and have started to open up, and you can see now a place in its chest where although it is mostly bone, there is still something inside of it, and it just begins oozing out in this sort of like viscous black thick sludge, and it just looks down and cracks it in one fell swoop, and then looks over at you and then just begins lunging and rushing. Is that your
And then I as a first on my first round I get an extra dread ambusher attack. That would be a 16 to hit. Does
16
that hit?
hits? Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that would be another 7, 9, 10, 13 damage to the same
Oh,
one.
fantastic. So what does it look like as you shoot this shot and knock it completely down?
Oh yeah, as soon as I see that oozing, I'm like, oh yeah, there's the sweet spot. Pull out my second arrow, taking that breath, hold it, shoot right into that spot where it was oozing, trying to pierce whatever heart this being might
You
have.
pierce.
And
Yeah.
then
Sorry.
I look over to John and try to see if he was watching me or not. But I guess if he wasn't,
He was.
I'll just look.
You
All right, then I put a thumbs up and drop my longbow.
nice. So you let loose this shot, and as it does, as it makes contact with this sort of like black sludge, it falters for a second as it runs, and it looks down, and this time it looks like it feels as and then just falls down to the ground in this horrifying, like, high-pitched wail as it begins to fall apart and fall down to the ground with this sort of eerie siren wail.
Kind of sound like me.
Nice.
Goosh goes, he fights as if he sings like poetry.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
I am unarmed right now, just so you guys know.
Okay, like
I dropped my longbow on the ground.
Oh, you killed that thing with one strike? You killed the one all the way away from you? Dude.
Oh, it was 2 shots. I took 2
Oh,
shots.
2 shots. Yeah. Okay.
two
nice.
shots and killed it. Nice.
Jonathan was like, impressed.
Then we go to speaking of, it goes to Jonathan next.
Jonathan will kind of look, and after giving that thumbs up to Wes, he goes, "Great, good shot." And then he just rushes off towards where the one that Goosh right next to. He wants to pretty much move. Oh, yeah, okay, I forgot he can move. He moves here, kind of goes running forward, and he kind of dives and rolls across the ground. And the goal is like as he rolls, he's coming up, drawing that short sword and going to kind of like stab for the ribs. And
Love
the
it.
attack is a 15. I don't know if that hits.
That hits. Just hits. Yeah, nice.
Nice. I rolled damage with the roll, so
Sure.
because Goosh is next to me, I've added my
You get
sneak
sneak attack.
attack.
Yep,
and
absolutely,
So we're
you
looking
do.
At, we're like 9, 10, 11, 14 piercing damage, plus
Awesome.
being an assassin. Has this creature attacked yet this turn?
It has not attacked yet, so you
So-
do get the assassin ability.
Yeah. So then that would be, what is that? How much damage is that, Goosh? Do I get to roll another? Let's see,
It's a 2d6, I think.
another 2d6?
Mhm.
Yep, okay. So then on
Assassin
top of that, let's add another 5 piercing damage.
Nice. So 19 damage.
Jeez.
Boy. So with one swoop, so you crouch down, so you kind of like do a slide, tuck and roll, aim for the ribs, and this is with your short sword, right?
Yes, short sword.
So you go up and just carve from sternum down as you as you feel every single rib as you go down, and as you do, this black sludge sort of oozes out of its form, and some of it splashes on your hand.
Nice.
So for that, you take 6 points
oh
of
shit.
of acid damage
Oh wow.
as it slides down through your glove and sleeve, coming into direct contact with your skin as you feel it, and you feel it eating away at the skin. It definitely does not feel good. But you get off this attack, and it was hunched over
Yeah.
all with that, but even more so now, just it like retches for a moment before turning as it sees you now and is like, and you smell it too now at this point, this sort of like death coming from its maw. Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's
John?
my turn. I should have just shot that thing. I should have just stayed back with Wes. He mumbles to
Leeds, you're
Goosh.
up.
So that one is still up.
That one is still up. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad, but it's up.
All right. So Leet says, "Don't worry, Jonathan. Here you go." And he clicks his feet together as he like hops up, and then he points in front of Jonathan, and then you see like a little like spark flame fly out.
Nice.
Awesome.
And that is
Firebolt
a
or-
13. Yeah, firebolt.
13 does not hit, unfortunately,
Ah.
as it streams out, casting shadows from its light source as it just careens through the woods, just going past it, but you see its form as it becomes a sort of like large shadow up against the trees, sort of retching, vile, fanged form. But the flame just goes right past it, unfortunately.
Well, that
Is that-
missed. Yeah.
Okay. Then we come to the creature's turns. So the one in front of Jonathan and Goosh is going to, as it kind of like turns towards you, Jonathan, as you were the source of its pain, is going to make an attack with its bite. So it is going to try and bite you. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That's for Jonathan, right? That will.
Yeah, that is for
That
Jonathan.
will hit me. Yes.
That will hit you. Okay. That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
As these bone fangs sink deep into your flesh. Goosh, it is still locked sword in sword with you as it blocks off the attack, and with its hand it goes in and goes to gut you. This attack is going to be on you. That is going to be a 13 to hit Goosh.
No, misses.
Misses. So it goes into just gut you, and you take the other side of your blade and fing, and you just block it off the attack as it goes swinging off just past you. The last one is going to run up to Leets and is going to.
The last one was dead, right?
There are 3 of them.
There are 3 of them.
There are 3 of them.
Yeah. You
So
said-
Only one was destroyed.
Yeah, so this is the second one now.
Yeah.
It's just the first one took 2 attacks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, they took 2 attacks. So it's gonna make a bite and a sword attack at you.
All right.
The bite is going to be a 19 to hit,
Yep.
and the sword is going to be a 9 to hit.
The 9 doesn't hit.
Awesome. So with that, you take 6 points of piercing
Ooh.
damage as you block the sword with what do you have on you? Do you have like anything up, or is it just hands?
It's just hands.
It's just hands. Okay, so you kind of like dodge out of the way, whoo, as the sword goes right over your head, but you're not expecting it to just leap down and bite down right on your shoulder, your blade. And as it does, you feel the bone fangs just sink deep in and touch bone. Okay, after that, we go back to the top of the round with Goosh.
Goosh is going to, he's just going to attack it with the double-bladed scimitar again.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Oh, 5.
5 does
was
not
bad.
hit, unfortunately. Sorry,
Dice
man.
have failed me.
The dice have failed you. There is a moment where, as you go to strike, this creature, this foul thing, actually grabs the blade with its bony hand and begins holding it down, and as if it is going to turn it towards you. And as it does, you hear this sort of like low hum coming from the wood around you, as you kind of like get this sort of static charge in the air for a second, and then you see this bright green flash just emanate from somewhere in the wood, and the creature turns, but before it lets out this high-pitched wail and then fall down to the ground. As part of its face, you see green veins of some sort of vile magic emanating from its hand. And then you look over, and there is a shrouded, hooded, slight humanoid figure, hand outstretched, a rod of bone and wood in her hand. As she looks over at you all, and you can't tell what sort of look she has on her face, but she turns the rod towards the last creature. And with that, we go to Wes.
All right, so melee doesn't look like a good idea anymore, so I'm picking my bow back up. And Wes will run kind of into this clearing a little bit. All right, and then he will take a shot at the one in front of
Okay,
Lee.
awesome.
Ooh, nope, that's a miss. I think that's a
12 does not
12
hit.
to hit.
Unfortunately, as you go to take a shot, it just sings up into the
But
air.
since I did this backwards, I will take the chance to move my hunter's mark to it anyway.
Totally
As a
fine.
bonus action.
Totally fine. Yeah, so you just lean in and focus in. And what this does, this spell, is it kind of it makes your sense of smell and sight of it enhanced. So you kind of decide, like, it's almost as if the bone white, the contrast of it sort of becomes very, very white, but you also get that sense of death is just even stronger now. It's
That's why I try to keep the hunter's mark off for the first time.
Yeah, you're like, oh man, come on, it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, great. So after that, we go to Jonathan.
All right. So Jonathan spins around, seeing that she's kind of killed off the one in front of it and that acid burning on his arm. You know, I imagine it's like kind of like his combat tactics, the way he switches out weapons. So sword in, pulls out the crossbow on his back,
Right. Yeah.
and just fires at the one that's next to Lee. And that will be it's actually 21.
That definitely hits.
Yeah.
Roll that damage.
And then damage would be 5.
And you also get sneak attack.
Yep. 14 piercing damage.
Ooh, 14 piercing damage. Nice. So you pierce in this bolt from the crossbow as it pierces into the side of the head. And what would normally kill a living creature simply seems as a nuisance. As you see trickling down this sort of like white bone, more of that black sludge.
Now, further DM in my party, which I should know, but changing out your going between weapons is a bonus action, right? Or
it's usually an object interaction, but you can usually normally people will let you drop a weapon and then use your object interaction to pull.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah. So
could I do that?
Drop it for sure, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm just asking because I'm fine with whatever calling. Because if Jonathan can do that, then he would use his actual. If there is ability to use the actual bonus action, he would try to like hide, not like hide, like he's gonna like, but he's trying to like take up a defensive position, maybe behind a tree,
take cover
kind of deal, and try to be out of the
100%
earshot of anything that might be.
You definitely can, and if you aren't trying to specifically hide, as in hide, then you don't even need to use the bow. You can just go behind a tree and take half cover.
Then he'll do that. He'll just do that.
For sure. Yeah, so you have half cover right now. Awesome. Cool.
Richard, the rules lawyer comes out of me a little bit. Feel free to tell me to shut up at any
time.
No,
I appreciate it. I appreciate the help. You're totally fine.
And he's doing that in terms also because he sees that she's helping, but he also doesn't know who she is. So he's kind of taking up. And I imagine his crossbow's trained on the knoll that's still alive, and also at a whim's notice, he can pull it on her if he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. Smart play. Good. Awesome. Cool. So after that, we go to Leeds as this creature is bearing down upon you. What do you do?
My shoulder.
Awesome. And then we go back to the top of the round. Just kidding.
So Leet, let's see here. Leet is going to take a rock that's on the ground, and he is, as this thing's like gnawing on him, and he's going to do a point blank catapult.
Wow. Okay.
So give me a dex save, and would that be a disadvantage because he can't? He's latched onto my.
It is not a ranged attack roll, so you do not get disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah. It's a save.
Right. So it is just a normal spell. Okay, so he gets to do a dex saving throw. He's not super good at it. So let's see what's the thing he has to be.
13.
13. With a natural 2, that's a fail.
Ooh, all right. So that is going to be 3d8.
Oh my god!
But
I forgot
yeah,
how
Yeah,
powerful
catapult's no
catapult is.
it's one of those things that if it fails though, it doesn't do half damage.
Yeah, it's like in afflict wounds like that.
Yeah. 11 bludgeoning.
So what does it look like as you just completely decimate this undead thing in front of you?
So Leet, as he's like wrestling around with it, he like able to like reach down for like a small rock that's like probably like 2 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he says, Giganto, as he throws it, and the thing starts to like grow in size, and it like becomes like a big like a baseball as it like flings towards like the side of its chest, and like it just lodges off of him, dislodges the torso and flies into the air.
I love it. I love that. Yes. So as he's like, Giganto, and then this rock becomes massive as it leaves your hand, and in the split second, in the span of the 2 feet that it takes to get to its form, as it was looking like it was about to claw you down, it gets severed in half, waist up, as the top half of this thing just gets launched into as it lets out a whine. And then the top half of it gets careening by this rock into a tree, and then the bones just go splattering and cascading everywhere into this rain of bone and black sludge as the rock falls down to the ground with a tumble. Awesome.
Leet does a little hop and like clicks his feet together as he cheers. Yay!
Whoosh wants to be catapulted next time.
Hooded figure looks at what just happened. There's no sort of sign of like anything. She just kind of looks for a second and then looks back at Jonathan and begins walking towards you. Not like this or anything, just like walking towards you. As she walks up towards you, she says, "Let me see your arm." Now.
He holds it out.
She pulls the sleeve down quickly without trying to think about how much it hurts you, and you look down and see where the wound is. You also see that around her neck there is this necklace of bone and teeth, and there are even some of these fangs that you guys have found that are strung around her neck that kind of like clatter, and there is a faint sort of greenish glow coming from a stone that she has around her neck. And with this sort of like faint green hue glow, you can look down at your arm, and where the wound is, where the acid was, the open wound, there are small veins of black coming off of it. And she goes, hold still, this will not feel good. And she pulls out a thing of dried herbs and crushes it in her hand, and as it falls down on your arm, it stings, it doesn't feel good. And she presses her hand down, and you feel there's a slight warmth to it, as there is a slight pulsing of green light that comes from her arm, from her palm, as you feel this sort of like warmth. And then she takes it off, and where the wound was, there is now this sort of scab / scar of this covering of sort of heated up and formed in herbs that have taken root. Now you're gonna want to cover that up.
And he goes into his pouch and pulls out, tears off some cloth and starts to wrap it. Kind of.
And as you like go to turn to open up the pouch and go, she is already walking off.
Is there any game benefit to that, or is that just kind of flavor?
Just flavor.
Yeah. Okay, so he's still hurt by it. Like I'm still at 12 hit points. Okay.
Actually, a good point. Thank you for that. A good point.
I'm fine either way. I didn't know.
I wanted to, I rolled a 1 on the dice, so that's 4 hit points back.
Okay, good. Sweet. That
Anyway,
I'll take it.
Anyway, you can help that one too.
She just started walking off.
No,
In-
okay.
Is she
West
walking
stride,
away?
Lee.
She's like leaving
West
us.
stride.
she begins walking past the creek. You like hear her boots splash in the water, and she
Lady.
just begins.
Where are you going? Come back here. Explain.
I just want to say that
We're
in
looking
the
for children.
background, Leet and Goosh are whispering to each other.
We're looking
As
for a boy.
you like look and see, she like half turns as she's boot deep in this creek water as starlight plays down on the water. You now see her face. She looks young, probably mid-20s, but there are scars on her face. And she turns to you and says, "Get out of these woods. It's not safe. Whatever you came here to find, it's not here."
But we found tracks for 3 children.
She
Are
looks
these
down
the
and
thing?
off to the side. Children. You say you found tracks of children.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Please, we're trying to find these children. We must take them back to the village.
Oh. So you're coming from Greensbrook then?
Yeah, poor lady. Her child was missing. She beseeched us to go look for her child. Found these tracks here and led us to this spot.
I know where they're keeping them. I can point you that way, but that's all I can do.
That is all we ask.
Much appreciated.
If it is so
Hey.
dangerous, how do you survive out here?
These woods are my home, man. It's where I live. These woods keep me safe. You know, it's my job to keep them safe.
Right.
Try to, anyways.
Point us in the right direction then.
Come on, you're gonna get lost. And she begins walking.
Jonathan
follow
follows.
You follow her through the wood. While you're with her, it seems you don't get any sort of any sense of that imminent threat of being watched. The wind stops howling, and you get the sense of life in these woods yet again. She's quiet, reserved, and does not say a word to any of you as you're walking along.
So
She finally,
she's going to like pad up next to her and look up at her, and he goes, "Where I'm from, scars are sign of great things. How do you get your scars?"
great things, great things. She just kind of like laughs, and there is an awkward pause of a minute or so where she doesn't say anything. You're just walking along, and she says, "Where are you from that all scars are great?"
Golindar are from lots of places. Little people. We make big impressions. Also, scars very sexy.
She kind of like rolls her eyes. Some scars are from pain, from fear. Some scars are from those who fear that what they do not understand.
I think that's an acceptable answer.
I kind of wish I had your mindset of join them. Not a day doesn't go by where I wish I could rip these scars off of my body.
Golendar look at things differently. Scars mean you grow. I mean, well, unfortunately, this is as tall as I get. And he's like looking up at her like, but scars are a good thing.
Give me an insight check.
13.
13. You see for the briefest of moments, sort of half smile creep across her face, just a half smile. She leads you deeper into the wood. Although the threat has left you, the wood is still a disturbing place in the sense that minutes feel like hours in here. The path winds and wends in ways that don't make sense in certain ways. And there are times when you look back and turn around and swear that the path is different than when you left it. But she keeps walking with a purpose, as if she knows these woods like the back of her hand. And she leads you to a clearing. And it is now, as the clouds break and you see through the starlight, rock face leading into a cavernous space. And in front, just as you're by this tree line up in front of you, about 60 to 80 feet or so, you see more of these strange, undead, bony, gnoll-like creatures, as if they're walking around. But they appear to guard this entrance, this sort of maw, this cavern. And it's here, at this spot, as she turns around and looks at you, that the sort of wind that haunted you since you first came into the wood, it comes from this cavern.
Do you know how many are in there? There's already 6 or 7 on just guarding. Without your help, I'm not sure. I'm sure we would have taken some considerable damage from the 3 that we just fought.
Tell me, who is it you're trying to save? What's their name?
Elias. And whether you choose to help or not, and he pulls his pouch and he pulls out the 2 fangs. He's just like, maybe offer you this for what you have done.
You can keep them. I have enough already, but thank you though. Tell you what. She kind of like looks around at them. I've gotten my hands dirty enough already, but I'll see what I can do. I can distract him. Give you some time to get in there and get him out.
That's all we'll need.
Leeds walks over as he lifts his left leg up and clicks his heels together and touches the lady. And he says, "This will help you out." Cast jump on her.
Always, what are you doing, Leet? Always ask consent first. Never touch people first. Did you learn nothing in the tavern?
Love it. Love it. She looks at you, gives a mischievous grin. Why, thank you. I have one favor to ask. When you get back to town, look for a man named Bertram. And tell him Belle is doing okay. And she takes a beat and then begins walking to the right of you guys through the wood in the tree cover. And in a moment she's gone.
You can call him, but whether she saw it or not, Jonathan, because he saw that Goosh tried to give her something. He saw the fact that she was like, she didn't want to take it. But I think he would have tried to give her a gold coin worth 5 gold pieces, a very special gold coin to him, but slip it on her person, like instead of stealing it, like sleight of hand it.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check, Goosh.
So
Or whoever's.
It's a dirty 20. It would be Jonathan trying it. I'm trying to
Jonathan,
give her.
okay,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So as she goes to turn, you see the sort of like half open pouch on her side, and you just very quickly just
drop it in. Yeah.
Drop it in there.
And it looks different from any of the other coin that would probably be used in the area. So she might not know it's from him, but it would be distinctive to her other coin that she keeps on her.
Can I ask what it looks like?
It is perfectly round. Actually, it's kind of like this, but round, and it has just these almost like a iconic like cross in the middle, and then it's just decorative, iconography around it.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, something very particular to his Assassin's Guild.
Goosh gives Jonathan like a pat on the arm. I saw that. That was very slick. You have skills, Jonathan.
I try.
And it is as you kind of like have this heartfelt like that was good. There is a sound that just cracks through the air, knocks you all a bit off as you hear a low, deep growl, and it's the sound of a bear, and you hear this sort of careening, like breaking of wood and branch and tree as like things start falling, and then the bone white like knoll like things turn over, and coming out of the wood is this massive just like black bear that just pulls up, puts one paw on a large rock, and gives a defiant roar out to these things as you see these sort of like 2 beaming green eyes as the bear kind of like turns to face you guys for a second as it turns around, and you see this knowing look in these green eyes, and then it begins pounding into the wood as the creatures begin to chase after on foot.
Do we see the bear jumping really high in the air, farther than it should?
Absolutely, you do. So as its paw is on the rock, it would use this rock as like a jumping point, and just jumps through the wood and just breaks the tree line as you imagine it gets to about 2/3 up a tree, and then just rides it down as the tree crashes down on the ground and just makes this huge noise that attracts all of these undead gnolls to its side.
Able
and
to
you
leap
hear this
small
commotion as
forest.
Well, that's our cue.
Let us go.
Make haste.
Jonathan
Okay.
is rushing forward.
So you guys rush in. You find yourselves put at unease as you walk into the cave and are immediately hit with this cold sensation. It was a bit chilly outside, but inside the cave, it is distinctly colder. And although the scent of rot and death was coming from those creatures, it's even more prominent here. And there is not a light within this cave. You run through, trying to find some sort of presence, when you come to something that you have a hard time believing even as you're looking at it. There is a large cavernous space as rock ledges lead down to a center, and at the bottom of this sort of bowl in this cavernous space, you see something that defies nature. It is a tree. It's a beautiful tree, bone white, healthy and alive, roots stemming into the earth. But this is wrong, because the tree is not right side up. No. The tree, the roots extend from the ceiling, careening down in a sort of spiraling pattern. And as the trunk goes down to the ground below at this bowl, you can see the leaves of it that form this sort of lush growth at the base of this cavern. Tiny motes of blue light careening through the air up through it. As in the center of this tree, you see there is almost like a small pool of a sort of blue liquid in it. And it is here that you find yourselves. Malcolm, I have a Zoom question.
Yes.
I wanted to share a picture.
Oh, yes. You should be able to share screen. If you go to that right next to the chat, if you look for wherever your bar is while you're sharing sound, and you see the little,
so it's just share picture, right?
just yeah.
Okay.
And you can share, and then when you share screen or to share the picture, if you want to keep the music going in the left lower hand corner, there should be a little tab where it says share sound as well, and you can share those both.
Okay.
If you want to.
Why is this
see
one
it?
not showing up? Yes, I do see it, but for some reason I can't see the
Starting to share screen.
image I want to share. That's really strange. No, not that. It's not here in this list. That's weird. Let me try again. Let me close this. Let me try again.
When you share, it should show you an option of all your screens that are open, or like
show all window. Show all windows. Yes, there we go. Okay, got it. And then share computer sound. So this is what you all see.
Okay. Well,
at the bottom of this sort of cavernous space.
I see.
But this is not all, because lodged up against, and almost as if part of this tree, you see covered in bark this sort of figure that is lodged into the tree, sort of like arms back as if wrapped around the tree. It's hard to say what it is, but there is something that is a part of this tree.
So there's a figure?
There is a figure that is like covered in bark.
Okay.
It is like protruding from the base of the tree.
Jonathan scans to see if just the shadows around the cavern, to see if there's any, gnoll creatures or anything hiding. If not, he turns to his party and, what do you think, Wes, Leet, Goosh?
Seems like the heart of the problem.
Yeah.
The tree's kind of upside down there.
And is that liquid pooling? Does that light at the top, like, so it's the branches are going into the ceiling, and or is the liquid towards the bottom? Liquid is like under the branches.
Liquid is so the roots go up, right?
Yep,
where all the roots meet at the base of the tree at the top of it. That's where the pool is. So it's at the top for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you kind of like look down, and it's probably 30 feet in front and 30 feet down, you can kind of like look in and see this pool. It's sort of slightly glowing lightish blue pool.
You want to go climb a tree and check it out? You like charging forward a hit?
Let me see.
I got it.
So 2 of you are here, but why aren't the others here? You guys should be on this screen now on the map.
See the map?
I see the map, but I don't see you guys. This is weird, because I moved the player's banner over here, but it didn't move you guys for some reason.
Did you?
Oh, there we are.
Are you still on the other layer? Because if you're stuck on a GM layer, if you move something that was on a token layer, it would change it to your GM layer or to a map layer or something.
Yeah, I can see the tokens on
I
the
refreshed
right-hand
and
corner.
my token. I see Goosh and I see Jonathan. I don't see
I see Leet.
There
there
we
you go. Yep, they're all there now.
Yeah.
Let me just. I apologize, guys. I don't mean to like.
No.
Take
No
us out
worries.
for a
Wes
second.
is very, very sneaky. Couldn't see me for a while.
Love it. Let's see. So Wes.
Wes, you must stop talking. You're distracting me with your melodious tones. Please, please, please. Concentrate now.
Love it.
Concentrate on the task at hand.
Come on, guys.
Wait, no. Wait, I give to the wrong person. Let's see. Something like this. Got it. And then this would be.
Renee and Mal, did you guys just refresh or something?
I just refreshed and then
I did-
everybody popped
Yeah,
up.
because it stopped.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen that. Like you guys are having like real refresh buttons next to your.
My
Your
apologies,
name.
guys. There we go. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing there's like a refresh, like it's like a little signal swirling.
It's so
Mhm.
weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like Roll20 did some kind of update or something. I'm not sure what's
They
No
actually
idea.
did do an update.
Okay.
They did like some kind of like whole redesign on the page and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I see him now. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
By the
Yeah,
way, Richard, I know I
normally-
would normally wait to the end of the game, but so far, great job, man, and awesome,
Thank you.
awesome
Appreciate
music, ambiance choices for everything. Everything's been
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I always
Yeah.
enjoy when I hear some more Dark Souls music.
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah. I just found a list of playlists and I have them set in Spotify like mood, combat,
Very cool.
all this different stuff. I really love the soundtrack of Hollow Knight, which is what this is from. It's just
It's
so
awesome.
dreamy.
okay.
It
I'm
just
gonna have to
matches
check
so
that
well.
out. Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight is a fantastic game for sure, and the soundtrack is amazing. But thank you so much, it means a lot. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get things rolling. So you guys find yourselves at the edge of this rock ledge, leading down this sort of like twisting path that leads down to this ominous tree form, and this figure that's almost like pulling out of it, almost as if like an open mouth in like a scream or something.
Well, the never faltering Leet takes the first steps down.
Okay. For the purposes of this, we are going to say, for those of you who might want to take note of this, is that this is 30 feet up, this is 20 feet up, this is 10 feet up, and then
Okay.
this is down at the base. So each layer kind of like
Yeah.
goes by 10 feet.
Yep.
It's kind of like
Jonathan
a
might move
3D
and
map
take
of this.
up like a position above here, kind of looking down there. But yep, letting lead the way.
It's
Yep.
very quiet here. The walls are lined with these sort of luminescent fungi that light up the room in these colors of purple and blue and green. And you just hear the clinking fall of water dropping on the floor. Other than that, this place is dead still and quiet. Every
Okay.
footstep you take echoes through this entire chamber.
Mm.
You can really hear my clonking.
Yeah, clonk, clonk, clonk. It's like clonk, 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 clonk.
Wes, we've got to get this guy some quieter shoes.
These are my feet.
Oh yeah. Okay.
As
You know what
he's
they
so
say about
close.
guys with metal feet?
You're right.
We should have put some foam or something underneath his feet. This is
so,
not sneaky.
so he has metal bottom feet. That's
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's the trade that he got from being a draconic sorcerer.
What? That's amazing.
That's so good.
That's super good. So Ken, you do like the super hero 3-point landing, like you where like you just slam down into the ground and breaking the rock and stuff.
That's the idea with the mold earth and the jump.
Yes, love it. Love it. Awesome. So where do Wes and Goosh wind up?
Goosh is gonna make his way down by Jonathan.
Okay.
And I'm having to reload it because it's being
So
also on
weird.
land.
And I'm just
You're
pressing
right
random
back.
buttons on my Mac by accident, so I'm also reloading. But Wes is probably gonna stay up top just for now, just to watch our back, because
Okay.
seems
So
like
it
that's
looks
the-
like. So who is going down to the base of the tree?
Jonathan is slowly moving down, but he's like watching Leet from, every 30 or 40 feet that Leet moves, John stays within that range.
Okay.
With his long
Trailing
crossbow, kind of
the-
trailing and almost always looking, checking Leet spot and then checking the tree to see if anything's happening. But
Give
kind
me
of
a perception check then,
All right.
Jonathan.
God, man, perception's been terrible. 8.
Man, 8.
Yeah. So
You just hear that constant clinging and pattering of
Mhm.
water and the footsteps echoing.
yeah.
What kind of unsettles you is you're not sure the number of footsteps. So there is like echoing, right?
Yeah.
But you stop moving and you hear footsteps and you're like, is that Wes? Is that Lead? You're getting a little paranoid.
Okay.
Hey, Leet, stop moving real quick. We need to check something.
Clonk, clonk. Okay.
Clunk.
Wes,
Echoes through clunk, 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 and then quiet.
All right. Continue.
Clonk, clonk, clonk.
Clunk, 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 clunk. As Leets, where do you find yourself?
I am rounding the bend right now. Like that's like going like like that spiral path that's starting to lead all the way down to the base.
Yeah, for sure. It is tedious in the sense of every footstep clangs and every step you take almost feels like you're trespassing. Somehow it feels like something is watching you and something knows you're here and something doesn't like that you're here. And you begin making your way every step across the dirt and stone and roots as you make your way around the bend and find yourself face to face with this strange, twisted thing of nature as your footfalls clang not on stone and rock, but on leaf and branch. As you look down now and see pressed up against the stone floor, the branches of this tree have just kind of like pushed up against, and it's just leaves are coming up, and you crunch and crunch on them as you get closer. And you look and see now this form, what looked like when you were above it as perhaps a large human. Now that you're up close, it towers over you. This form set into bark. And you look and you see in its open maw as you kind of like look up at it, it's not a human face. And you look at the hands that are splayed out as if they are grabbing as if they're wrapped around the tree, claws. And you begin to hear and you see cracks forming along the bark. And as those first few cracks appear, you are hit with this smell. Stench of death. And as you take that deep breath, what started as just a few simple small cracks turns into a volley, a torrent, as all of a sudden, in one motion, clanging down on the ground in front of you is this massive, hulking gnoll-like undead devoid creature covered in bark, not in bone, as if it is half tree, half ghoul. And it opened its maw, and this sort of like black running sap spills from its jaw as you look, and you see where its eyes would be is just this sort of like pulsing, deep green glow. And it lets out a loud roar. I need everybody to roll initiative.
22.
Awesome, Lead. Nice.
That's good because you needed that lead.
Yeah.
Jonathan got a 22 as well. Exactly.
Oh my
22.
God,
Yeah,
nice. I
rolled a
think Jonathan has
with
a
plus
higher.
three, so jeez.
Jonathan has a higher dex though, right?
Yes.
F3.
No, we both have 3.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my God. So you guys can decide who goes first. So you guys get to take your turn together.
I'll let Leet decide because I imagine Leet's taking the lead. So because I imagine Jonathan is more reactionary. He's watching what Leet does. So Leet can
You also can, if you want to, I will allow you guys to be more creative with it and like
Okay.
do things together if you want
Oh,
to.
okay.
So
I
feel
like that.
free to take that however you want.
I like that. Okay.
Lead and Jonathan. Okay, great. And then what about Goosh and Wes?
Goosh got 10.
Okay, Goosh got 10.
Oh, Wes got an 18.
Wes got an 18. Nice. And then for the creature. Ooh,
Hey,
okay.
that's a great
I'm
idea. Yeah, that dude. I'm gonna totally steal that. Like when characters roll the same initiative, have them be able to like kind of team up together.
Yeah,
on
that's
their
pretty cool.
turn. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
Cool. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay, great. So first up. Oh wait. Sorry. What?
Can we all see the creature from where we're standing right now?
You all see this
Or each of
form
us is standing?
break out of the wood, and not only that, but the blue pool in this tree just sort of like glows from the bottom up with this sort of like deep, sickly blood red glow flash for a moment before sinking back again to blue. And this creature lands down right next to Lee. Oh, and I need to actually show you this creature. So you have this.
So how big is this thing? Would you
This is large. This is a large
Holy
creature. So it is looking like.
Come on, man! You can't be using the Yenagal token like that's scary.
I know it is. That's why I use it.
Right. Oh man, I almost wet my pants. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
You're fine. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, great. So then, let's see. So it would be Leet and Jonathan, first. So, do you guys want to take your turn together? Do you know what you want to do, Leet?
Yes, I do.
You want to go for it?
Yeah. So seeing this thing, it's fairly large. And Leets sticks his chest up and he says, "I'm not afraid of you." And I am going to use my sorcery points and use the twinned feature.
Oh. Okay.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure can do. That is a 10.
It fails. Its size is reduced in half.
Oh, so it's medium now.
It's medium, and Leet is going to double in size.
So you become medium.
So this thing that was towering over me now, I am face level with it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And I said, "I'm not afraid of you." And then I roar back, and a little bit of the dragon heritage you can hear as he like roars back.
Oh my God, nice. So it's this sort of dragon growl coming from you, this roar, as it roars back just as its size gets reduced, and it falters for a second, confused, before just yelling out in rage. This thing appears to be extremely angry with you.
Lead, bite off the head.
Awesome. So Jonathan, you're up.
All right, I stepped away for 1 second, so I literally did have to use the restroom really quick. So
You're fine.
what did I miss? What did Leet do? So I could just react appropriately, if I may ask.
Do you want to say it, Lee?
Yeah, so I made the creature reduce its size in half.
Okay. Oh.
And I made myself grow twice.
Amazing.
So I'm at height level now with this thing.
And you're still where you are. You're not next to it, right? You're just.
I'm just still right where I'm at.
Nice. And so watching it shrink, Jonathan kind of cracks a smile, like good old Leet, like, and puts up that crossbow and is, of course it's not going to kill it, but he's, always to the best of his ability. I imagine that every shot is a kill shot, right? Hoping to kill it. So he's trying to aim for the right place, and then boom, he fires away at that moment as it's shrinking.
Awesome. Give me that attack roll.
That's going to be 19 to hit.
19 hits.
And with these, so then I just since it hasn't attacked first, it will get the assassin's roll. So
my God, yeah, nice.
So 16 piercing damage.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So you let loose this bolt from the crossbow just as it begins to shrink down in size, and where you would have hit possibly just a loose rib or its side pierces in towards its like chest area, and it looks up at you with this horrifying green eyes and this sort of like gaping maw with the black liquid coming out of it.
Nice.
And even from this far away, you can smell that death coming from it.
And if there's anywhere we'll take my bonus action. If there's anywhere like a rock formation, Jonathan will literally try to hide himself from the creature if possible.
Okay, awesome.
Should I make a stealth check for that?
Yes, please go for it.
That's not going to be very good. Great attacks, but low everything else. Stealth, I got a 10.
Okay, you duck behind a rock face and you look to like see if it keeps to go on, so you can keep on going to hide more.
Yep.
And it doesn't. And you look at it, it's like shit, and you're just kind of like stuck behind this rock.
Okay.
But you do have half cover because you're hiding. Because you're there. Wes, you're up.
All right, Wes goes ahead and points at it. He's like, hopefully this one doesn't smell the same. Cast Hunter's Mark again on this guy, or on this dude instead. Okay. And then he's going to take a shot with his longbow. See what happens. That is, okay, that's a 22 to hit.
22 hits, man. Y'all are rocking it.
And that's 13 damage. And then he's going to take his dread ambusher shot.
Y'all, this is wild.
Ooh, that one's only a 17 to hit. 17
just hits.
All right, so that's another 15 damage.
Holy shit! Folks rag on the Ranger class, but
Gloomstalker is absolutely broken.
God damn, it's good. So you sink a shit ton of damage into this thing as you let loose 2 shots, bing, bing, brr, brr, straight in, and as you let loose, the two of you find, you and Jonathan, that the bolts and shots go in and they kind of brr, like hit as if they're hitting wood, and it looks up at you, and as it does it. As it lets loose this sort of like weird sickly growl, and coming up out of the earth rise 2 more of these things.
No, Jesus.
And it terrifies you because they're over where you were stepping.
Okay. And
they just come up out of the ground. And they are going to, so one is going to run up to Jonathan over here.
Okay.
And is going to make a bite and sword attack at you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Good thing I stayed up here.
Bite 14, sword 17.
The 14 misses, the 17 hits.
Okay, so you see this bite coming in, and you take your crossbow and you like hold it in its maw for a second as it goes to bite in, but it plunges its sword in you at the same time, and that's going to be 6 points of damage to you.
Ugh. Jonathan's not looking good as that blade goes in.
This other one is going to crawl up the hill and is going to make the same thing, a bite and sword attack on Goosh. So bite 15, sword 8.
So bite makes it, sword does not.
Okay, so the bite is going to be 4 points of damage to you, Goosh.
Got it. Okay.
Goosh, you're up.
So he is going to attack with the double-bladed scimitar, and that is going to be 7. Nope.
7 misses as it just holds up its hand, and like last time, it just grabs the sword, looking down at you. Is that your go?
As the bonus action, would he be able to disengage?
Sure, absolutely.
So he's going to use his nimble escape and come around. So is it big enough that he can move underneath its legs?
It is medium.
Okay,
Can you
so
do that with the medium?
No, I don't think so.
But the walkway is wide enough so where you can get around it if you want to.
Okay, so he's gonna like parkour like up the side, like run sideways.
Love that. Oh, cool. So like it has a hold of one side of your sword, and you kind of like hold the hilt and push off of it, and you like run up the side of the wall and go around it, flinging the sword out of its hand as you do so. Awesome.
And yeah, then that's all I got.
Then we go to the creature. The creature is going to lunge. The creature is going to lunge up to Leet. And Leet, its claws, made of a combination of bone and wood, they protrude out this sickening length, and it goes to just rip your insides apart. That is going to be that was cocked. Okay, that is a that's a 15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
Does not hit. So you grab it just as it's about to, and its claws are just touching the edge of your stomach as you kind of feel that slight pinprick. However, it wrests itself free. It takes a disengage, and as part of that, it is going to jump.
Shoot.
So, just saying though, how far can it really jump though? Because it's half size now.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, so it would only jump as half as much as it could before. A good point. A good point. So it jumps up here.
It is lighter.
Well, that was where I was going.
And Gooch, you were on the
So,
other side of it, right?
And Lee mocks it. Where are you going?
So it wasn't a Superman leap; it was just a Michael Jordan leap.
Michael Jordan leap. Yeah, for sure. However, as you say this leap, it opens its mouth and this sort of like stream of black bile streams from its mouth.
not good. Not good.
That is a nat 2 on the roll. So you see it coming as the stream of black bile just comes out of its mouth, goes to hit you, and you leap out of the way, and as it streams down, hits the ground, the stone begins to seep and just steam with this acid. It yells out. After
The
that,
dogs that bite harder or bark harder are usually the wimps.
it flicks you off. No, I was kidding. We go to Jonathan and Leet if you want to take your turn together.
Hmm.
All right.
What are you doing, Lead? What do I see you doing? I mean, it's gonna be hard because I'm busy like tussling with this bone knoll.
Okay. So
I'll allow you to say what you're doing first since I'm preoccupied. I'll kind of go after
Lead
you,
is looking for something to throw.
Okay.
Throw me.
Oh, sure. You take a cursory glance. Give me a quick perception check.
All right.
Lead, I'm gonna go for the
got
tree.
I got a 9.
A
Okay.
9. Looking around, you see some small rocks, but that's it.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's like the heat of the calm about, and you're like looking around like super quick, but you just can't see anything big. It's just small rocks.
Okay. Leet is just going to he's honestly kind of annoyed that this creature just jumped away from him, you know?
Yeah.
And he's going to jump next to him. It's like
Nice.
so he crouches down and he tries to jump.
Is like you're just jumping with your normal jump, or are you casting the jump spell?
So with the let's see here. So because of the enlarge spell, I get advantage because with anything with strength-based abilities or a saving.
Love that. Yeah, for sure. So do you want to give me an athletics check with advantage?
Yeah. So let's see here. Unfortunately, I have a -1, but hey, advantage.
Advantage. Come on, you got it.
All right, so 12 and an 8.
12 and an 8, so a 12 total.
Yeah.
So you see this creature make this effortless jump onto this rock ledge above you, like nah, and you go and you jump as well. You grab onto the ledge with one hand. You're hanging there.
Oh shit.
What do you do? That was your movement.
That was my movement.
That was half your movement.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna make that take up your whole move.
And I guess
Lee, don't worry about me. I kill it.
And then with whatever he has on him, he is going to kick the side of the wall and use mold earth to bring himself onto the ledge.
Nice, awesome. So you use mold earth, and the rock around you just moves and carries you up to face this creature. As it turns, it didn't even see you coming up really, as it looks to face towards Wes and Goosh as if ready to pounce, and then turns its head, and you see its glowing green eyes as its face turn, and black bile splatters up across the floor, and it opens its mouth wide as you elevate her up to face it. Awesome. Is that your go?
One last thing, if I have my bonus action still.
You do, for sure.
I'm going to use a spell slot to regain one of my sorcery points back.
Okay, cool.
So since I used 2, so I'll have 1 back, or actually
you have one back.
So actually I didn't use 1, so I'll have 2 back.
Okay, cool. So you have 2 sorcery points back. Is
Yes.
what you're saying. Okay, awesome, cool. So you focus as you prepare yourself for your next attack.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Jonathan.
So Jonathan has fought this thing before, and he knows that it spills this vile goo, but he also knows that that move of slicing it hurt real bad. So I'm saying this all in terms of flair.
Absolutely.
If
I
game
love
mechanics, it's
flair.
gonna splash on me. It's gonna splash on me. But he's trying to avoid that. So he
Okay,
pretty
yeah,
much
yeah.
drops the crossbow, and as the thing is kind of swinging its bony arm, I rolled already, and I got a 16 to hit. So I don't know if that
That
hits.
hits. Yes, yes.
So
Do it.
he's kind of like dropping the crossbow, pulling his short sword, catching that arm, and kind of doing that jujitsu kind of like Steven Seagal arm lock.
Love it.
So that, and then basically imagine that the way he grabs it, he's got one hand on the bottom of the jaw, and he's stabbing that sword in.
Oh my God, I love it. Yes.
4, 5, 6, 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
As he does that with now that's when he has a inside, he's grabbing it by the bottom, but he has a dagger, but it's an arm blade dagger, so it
Oh my
flies
God,
out.
nice.
So that would count as just a second attack, right? That he can't add his strength to, just a bonus. It's just a bonus roll.
A bonus action attack, yeah.
Bonus. Okay, got it. So,
Love it. That's fantastic.
so that's always forget about the bonus action attack when using, and Jason or Richard can remind me of this. Do you add your strength and perception, or do you just add your strength, or do you add anything?
You add it. I think you add it to the attack roll, but not to the damage.
But not to the damage. Okay,
The damage
That's
is a
correct.
flat roll.
the damage. That's what I thought it was. Okay, so
Yeah, unless your
15.
strength is for some reason a negative.
no, so I got 15.
15 hits.
Okay,
Just hits. Come on, get it.
and then damage is just going to be the damage roll without the strength, right? So then it's
Correct,
just
yeah.
1d4 for the dagger. So we got 2 extra damage.
Okay,
Oh,
so
sorry.
up.
No,
up to-
sorry. 4. It was a 4. I was looking at the
Oh my
bottom.
God, awesome.
4.
Hell yeah. So you grab its arm and you feel the arm blade chink into bone, and as you start to hear and feel this, give me a dex saving throw to try and get out of the way of this
Okay.
acid, because you know it's coming.
Yeah, I know. And he does not get out of the way. He doesn't make it. He got a 7.
Okay. The arm blade gets stuck in the bone of the jaw, and just for the briefest of seconds, which is just enough to get it stuck, you take 3 points of acid damage.
Take it. And so my bonus action was taken up with the extra.
Correct.
attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have your movement,
Yep.
and you have a reaction still, but that's it, I think.
Okay. This is really dangerous, but
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go for it. Jonathan is going to incur the opportunity of attack and leap off of the cliff towards the tree. My goal is to land on the tree so that I can get away from this knoll and climb.
Amazing. I
the
love it.
branch.
Give me acrobatics or athletics, your pick.
Acrobatics I will take. That's my strong suit. 20. A dirty
That
20,
was-
not a natural 20.
Okay, 20 was the cutoff to give it disadvantage on the attack of opportunity.
Oh shit. Okay.
And with that, it rolls a 3 plus 3 for a 6. That is a miss.
Jeez.
So the arm blade is stuck, right? Just for the briefest of seconds, but you use that momentum as it finally gets wrested free, and you jump and leap with all of your might and strength and speed as it goes in to claw at you, and you hear the whooshing of air as its bone claw reaches out for you, tearing your cloak a bit, as it does. But you leap forward, and with that dirty 20, you grab onto the trunk of you just grab onto a low-hanging root and,
Yep.
and grab on. Now your hand is just sort of gets hit with this light blue glow coming from the pool that you can now kind of like look into and peer and see.
Okay. So I'm looking, I'm like pulling myself up and I see that pool of like
Yeah, for
bluish
sure.
liquid. Okay.
For sure.
Oh shit. I could just say, whoa.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Just my Keanu whoa. Jeez. These rolls.
Oh man.
I got a 6. So
This,
I don't know
this
what I'm
is
looking at.
scientifically known as the DM's curse.
Yeah, like geez.
Science has proven in a double-blind study that this is known as the DM's curse.
When you play the game,
100.
you just roll poorly.
Yeah.
Oh god. It's like all my attack rolls have been really good and everything else has been really bad. Like
Yeah. But it's still awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you but okay, so here's what I will say. There is something at the bottom of this pool.
Okay.
Your running up and leaping and grabbing onto the tree caused the pool to move back and forth with waves in it. So it's like distorted, so you can't see it right now, but you
Okay.
see as it moves through that there is something at the bottom
Yeah.
of this pool.
And I guess I would technically have a little bit more movement. So I would just pull
You would.
myself up and stand on the root and just be, I guess, spend the rest of my turn peering down into whatever that is in the liquid. Maybe next turn having a better look at it before I
Sure,
react.
definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Cool. So after that we go to Wes.
All right, I pre-rolled just to make this go a little faster. Wes takes a shot at this big dude that's coming after him with his longbow. That'd be a 17 plus 5, so 22 to hit.
That hits. Oh my
Um,
god.
And it is.
And wait, this was on the big guy, I'm sorry, or the one with
It's on the big guy, yeah.
Okay, got it.
It's on the big guy, and that's 17 total damage.
Oh
He
my
rolled max
Jesus.
damage on that.
You're killing me, Wes. You're killing me.
By the way, we have a great
Um,
DM, so this is exciting. But see how much more exciting a battle is when you know you don't have a healer. Like it's just
Yeah.
like it's just really tense.
It's super tense. I love it.
But we have a
I'm
lot
at
of
like
DPS.
9 hit points right
You
now.
got
Like,
a lot of DPS, but you also squishy, so I
Yeah.
can come in
Yes.
and really do some serious damage to you.
mhm.
Oh, yeah, Wes is very worried about what's happening on this next turn. but
Speaking
figured he'd
of,
get one last one.
speaking of damage, the creature roars out, and let me see. I need to make this a little bigger. So I can
Oh,
see it a
no.
little better. Okay,
Oh,
it
I think
roars
it's-
out,
Oh, no.
and in this sort of like guttural tongue that you do not understand, it sort of pierces through your ears and causes your brain to shudder, kind of like a brain freeze, except much worse. And the creature by Goosh, as well as the large creature, get an attack.
Dude.
So the creature next to Goosh, that's going to be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. So with the short sword, it goes in. I rolled a 1 though, so that's going to be 4 points of piercing damage as it slices into you. And Leet, the large creature, goes to pierce in once more with its long claws. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. This hits you for this hits you for 5 damage.
Yeah. Did you roll a d4 to reduce? Because of this. Got hit
Oh my
by
god, you're
reduce.
right. You're absolutely right. So that's actually 3 damage, but
Yep.
that only counts for the physical damage, not for the acid damage,
Right.
which is going to be 3 points of acid damage as
So
well.
6 damage in total.
Yeah, 6 damage in total, as opposed to 9. Awesome.
Any
Cool.
bit counts.
Yeah.
Every bit counts. You guys are rocking this, though. I am impressed. Though I shouldn't be surprised because we're all
Yeah,
DMs
that's
here.
gonna change.
Yeah, you're playing.
I'm playing with
Soon.
DMs.
I'm feeling this shift right now.
As long as y'all are terrified, that's the main thing I go for. Let's see. So we go to Goosh.
He's going to just try and keep wailing on this creature, keeping him away from Leet.
Okay, awesome.
So that is going to be 14.
14 just misses. You go, and once again, you only connect with air as it moves with deftness and speed that you did not expect. Give me a perception check. Or your pick, perception or investigation.
Well, then I'll go with investigation because
That makes
it's
sense.
much better. All right. That's a 20.
You see, along the right side of the rib cage, there are cracks that lead down, coming from the top of the sternum all the way down. And across its skull, you see 3 green veins and a small impact. Is that your turn?
I think. So he can. So that's what he sees, right?
That's what he sees.
So he can yell out to Leet and to Wes. He's like, "There appears to be cracks. Try ribcage in the face."
Give me an intelligence check.
uh, that was a 1.
Oh no. Okay. Something about this seems significant, but you're having a hard time figuring out what or why. Is that your turn, Goosh?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. After that, we go to the creature. Leet.
Oh, so that was that a legendary action that I did with the roar? Or
It was a
something?
legendary action.
Ah.
It was.
This is not okay.
I love these. They're so much fun. Leet.
Yeah.
It is going to shove you.
It has disadvantage with any strength checks that it tries to do.
Okay.
And
It doesn't know that, so it's still
Yep.
going to do it.
All right.
Okay. And it's a contest.
Yeah.
So what's
So
the-
and I get advantage.
Also, this is a concentration spell, correct?
Yes, it is.
So you need to roll a concentration check because you took.
Oh yes. Let me roll that right now.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, got a 2.
Ah, damn.
Ah,
Dang.
so
Okay.
back to small. Actually, no, I'm still medium sized, but he's big. So
Oh shit.
Right. So I think he gets advantage then on you since he's
nope,
a size larger
I'm
than you.
still actually. I get it. It's because the enlarge spell says I have advantage, so it'd be a flat roll.
Okay. In that case, yeah. So you have a flat roll, and it has a flat roll.
Yeah,
It
All
looks
right.
like. So what is your roll?
17.
21.
Damn.
So it takes its claw and with the backhand, just backhands you, and for a second, you just go back careening, and you are knocked off back 10 feet down. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
And I just yell as I'm falling down, "You coward!"
It is going to make a leap at
Jeez.
Wes.
Nice.
Well-
Makes sense. Yeah.
Wes, I need you to give me a dex saving throw.
Great.
Oh,
That die does not like me when it's not an attack. So let's try this die. That wasn't much better. That is a 15 total.
15 total. So you take half. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as it lands
All right.
right where you were as you kind of like rolled off to the side. Longbow at your feet. As it picks itself up, looks at you, and lunges at you with its claw.
All right.
That is a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
12 misses. Okay. And okay, yes. And for its last action, it will
Great.
it will launch a streaming bolt of bile at Goosh. That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
That is 6 points of acid damage.
Oh,
Though,
man.
Wes, give me a perception check, Wes.
Perception. Okay, again, not attack die. Other dice. The 17 plus 4, 21.
Your arrows have pierced it several times, and you see now this black vial piercing through it, but you also see something else. You see beneath those wounds a slight blue glow coming from it. As if these cracks have formed, and it's not looking, really great, but at the same time, it's still holding itself together as it looks at you with a grimace of pain as it moves, and the shots kind of like move with it as the black ooze just pours out of it. But you do see the sort of like slight blue glow coming from it.
Wes is very stupid, but he will yell out, "Guys, blue glow? Is that bad?"
I do not know.
And
We
that
go to
was
the
at
top.
the point that you heard that, "You coward!"
Yeah, that's really, you coward. It's at that point we get to Leet and Jonathan.
All right. Jonathan is staring into that pool. DM, would I have seen? Do I need to make a check? By this time, as I've been staring in that water, is there anything else that I see, or is it still obscured? Whatever.
Since you spent your time just staring into the pool, I will give you this. At the heart of this pool, down at the bottom, because it kind of like sinks into a cone shape, and at the bottom of this pool, you see a small, well, not small, but larger than a fist, a sort of globular object, sort of oblong in shape.
God, I've got. Jonathan is looking at it, looking at the creature, wondering if he should help Wes and attack the behemoth, or also wondering if this thing is the source of its power. He's also at odds with, like, is this where the children might be? He's not sure if he needs to grab it or hurt it. But what he does best is hurt things. And so standing there, not sure, he pulls his hand crossbow and notches and fires at the orb in the water.
There is a moment of silence that fills the chamber just for a second as you let loose this shot as it pierces through the cold, cool blue liquid, and at the bottom of this pool it pierces down, and as it does, immediately there is this sort of soft silt like dirt or dust that comes up, and then you see it is not dirt or dust, but it is a liquid that is mixing in with the blue pool. This sort of red. It's red. It's very dark red. And as you look at this and see it, you hear a faint boom. And looking down, the red begins to fill this pool. And as it does, the chamber begins to shake. And you see this creature that was once on this terrifying rampage throughout this room upon the four of you. It begins lets out this death roar as you see it open its mouth, and this blue glow coming out of its mouth that turns red and blue and red, and then it reaches out and it tries to reach for you, Wes, but as it does, a sort of black vial just peers from its eyes and pours down its face, and for a split second before anything else happens, you almost see a knowing smirk cross its face. Wes, give me a dex saving throw.
Oh shit.
That is
guys,
not
I
as
don't-
good
I don't,
as
I don't know what I
would
did.
hope.
You should have squished it.
That's 13. It looks happy. 13 dex.
I'm not liking this.
You take 9 points of acid damage
Not
as
good.
the creature explodes in front of you. Its form and shatters of bone just explode around you as the creature is decimated by this, and you are just covered in this acid and bile. Jonathan, you look down in the pool and you hear it screaming as the pool begins to shake, as if there's an earthquake. And the tree begins to shudder. What do you do?
I am going to try to run up one of the largest route that I'm on.
Yeah.
Towards the ceiling. I know going ever upward, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but what I'm trying to do is run up the roots, and where I need to leap off, I'm gonna whichever would get me closest to land. You see where I'm moving, trying to land.
You
like
can
maybe on
definitely
the edge
land there for sure.
to
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
my friends. I'm just gonna take the rest of my movement and just run and jump and try to make it to a ledge and get off.
Okay, so you run and leap and jump. Give me an acrobatics check.
Yep. That's gonna be a 21.
21.
It's got a plus
leap.
7 acrobatics.
That's amazing. Yeah, so you land feet first perfectly the way you want to. Goosh, give me a dex saving throw.
No, Goose died.
21.
21. Nice. You take half damage, so you take 5 points of acid damage.
Oh god.
As this creature in front of you explodes as well. The
Somebody
room,
better have healing potion when we're done with this.
what should be a moment of celebration and a time for peace, is still terrifying, because as these creatures explode, the room begins to fill with their screams, and the scream coming from the tree does not quiet. It becomes louder. However, one thing that you notice that you did not see as you were fighting this thing is that just beyond the tree, past where you came in, there's another way through the cave. What do you guys do?
So where is this pathway opened?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It opened over here.
All
so
right.
there's like a path over here.
And the pathway that we came from is like closed now?
It's still open,
It's still open?
but the room is shaking.
Okay. Leet, using the last of his sorcery points, is going to use the quickened. So he's going to make a spell a bonus action.
Okay, awesome.
And he's going to click his feet and use jump on himself.
Very cool.
And he is going to jump up to where Jonathan is.
Okay, so you just take a leap and you jump up there. Awesome.
I don't know how much that takes up my movement, because that's from where I got there, I jumped 30 feet and the jump triples.
Yeah, so you can jump Jumping is always so weird in D&D.
Yeah.
I read the rules last week and I literally still always forget.
I know because you like never use it.
Because it's like you can use it as part of your. It's really like still a part of your movement.
Jumping is generally part of your movement.
It's part of your movement, so you still are using
some sort of like special like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're jumping, okay, so yeah, so you
But
can.
I don't know how it works with that spell.
Especially because I have the enlarged spell, so I'm like doubling my size and stuff like that. So
If you're doubling your size,
also- you're
I'll
moving
say
up.
that your movement can go
Moving up
from
too.
25 to 30 because you're not small
yeah.
anymore. So you have 30 feet of movement to work with while you're this size. As far as where
Your
I
strength
forget even
determines
where
your strength determines how far you can jump. Long jump, when you make a long jump,
There is a
you
jump
cover the
calculator, but
feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, when you make the standing long jump, you can leap about half distance at that distance. Either way, each
how tall are you, bro?
Yeah.
How tall are you? Like doubled?
I should
Like
be
7 feet?
Yeah, 7 feet.
And what's your strength score?
-1.
Golly, bro. So an 8?
Yeah.
All right. So it says that your long jump is now 24 feet.
Okay.
20.
Awesome.
Even with the jump spell.
Damn.
So, what I will say, so 24 feet is what you can do without a roll. If you
Yeah.
ever want to jump further than that, you
Mhm.
can do a roll to try and jump farther. But
Like
it
that.
may or may not always work.
I'm gonna jump to like the closest ledge, so it's not gonna be all the way to.
Perfect. Yeah. So it's
Jonathan.
like 10 feet up. So you jump up, and you still have 20 feet of movement.
Yep, and I'm going to go over to Jonathan, and I'm going to like grab onto me,
All right.
and then I'm going to use the dash action to
Yes.
jump to where let's see here, to right behind Groosh
Okay.
Okay.
with holding Jonathan.
Guys.
Okay. Since you are carrying someone, I'm
So
gonna
I'll-
need to roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's still advantage because it's another
Still advantage, but it's -1.
Yep.
Okay.
Johnny, you killed the cave. Where are the kids?
We might have to come back for the kids. I don't know. Do you think we should go? There's an opening on the other side, but if this place collapses, we might not get out.
Wes can't see, so he pulls his plague mask off for the first time, and you see his all pale white face and his glowing red eyes. He's like, "Why'd you kill the cave?"
I love it.
I was trying to save your bitch ass.
Amazing.
Oh man.
For all we know, these are the kids.
Lee, what was
Yeah,
that jump roll?
I got a 18.
An 18, nice, plenty. So you get up there with Johnny Boy, and you hop up there. Okay, so halflings are not meant to be this big because
Yeah.
it's like the proportions are all wrong. It's like a giant baby. The proportions are all wrong. The legs are too short and the arms are too long, and it's like the head is way too big.
Yep.
Love it.
Gooch, how do you feel about this?
Goosh is terrified. He's just like, this is an aberration against everything that is normal with the world.
Love it.
But I also think it's amazing.
So what do you guys do?
Do we run out or do
So-
we? Which way?
So Goosh is going to reach back into his pouch. He's going to take the 2 fangs. He's going to hand them to Jonathan, who's on the grotesquely misshapen leet. And he's going to go, give these to Belle. Don't forget. And he's going to dash towards the other end to see if he can find the kids.
Wait,
They're in that cave.
Okay.
Leet stops him for a bit. I can get you there faster.
Catapult me?
Dramatic.
Can I catapult him?
Hell yeah, you can.
Nice.
Sweet.
I'm using my
100% you
level
can.
2 spell, my last level 2 spell slot, and I'm going to grab onto to Goosh with my horrifying longish arms, and I'm going to throw him right into the cave entrance on the other side.
Amazing. Let's see
Oh, God.
how far you get him. Give me that spell attack roll.
All right. So weird, it's not a spell attack roll, but I will use this just the spell attack modifier.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
18.
Nice. Perfect. So you aim. So you like grab. So I'm imagining like you just grab Goosh. Now, what is this? Overhand, underhand, like volleyball serve? Like what
So
is your
it's
style?
like it's like the kind of like the baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baseball.
Basketball.
And like straight out of an anime, like baseball anime. If there ever was one, I have no idea.
There definitely is.
There is.
There definitely is one.
There's
You
quite a
just
few, yeah.
lob him and just goes aerodynamic like a bolt careening across the cavern right
Like his
at
cheeks are
the-
flapping.
right at the door or the way into the tunnel. Give me no, you're fine. So Goose, you tumble and roll and land right at the way in. Cavern still rumbling all around you guys. Small rocks begin falling around.
So
you guys.
what does Goose see over there? I mean, does he call back anything, or is he just
There
going his
is a path. It's a bit smaller, but it leads further in. It looks to turn in to the right, about 10 feet in.
Okay. So he will go in and check it out.
So you, what are the rest of you guys doing while Goose rushes into that side tunnel?
He handed Jonathan the teeth, right, to
Mhm.
give back. So
Yeah.
He made it clear that he wanted us to go.
Yeah. Jonathan just made a roll to see which way he would go, because I think he's a bit torn. He doesn't like this idea of her splitting off, and then he does feel a bit cowardice if he leaves,
Right.
but he's also pretty hurt.
Yeah.
You said so.
Tough call.
There are rocks falling all around.
Not
Or the-
huge ones yet, just
or
like
just-
small, as if the beginning of something greater.
He looks at he hands the teeth to Leet. He goes, "We all gotta die sometime, and shit, I do this job so that I gotta face death. Hopefully one day someone will call me the Baba Lissaga." And then he just rushes away from Leet, running headlong across the way towards where Goosh is.
Okay, so
the
you
tunnel.
just dash in there as well.
Yeah.
Leet jumps up right next to Wes.
And then Leet hands Wes the teeth and goes, "Make sure Bell gets this." And then Wes is like, "Huh?"
Yeah, he's just got dagger and sword in hand, just running to wherever like Goosh is.
Awesome. Okay, so what I'm getting is Leet and Wes are running out of the cave or waiting there. What are they doing?
Wes isn't very smart, but he knows no children, no free beer. So
Ha!
there's only one way to die. No.
So Wes goes into.
Wes is gonna try to go that way.
Oh shit.
He's probably gonna make this little
Sure.
jump here, take that falling damage.
Give me an
And then
acrobatics or
use the-
athletics check. Your choice.
Probably acrobatics. Let's take a look. Oh, they're not much different. I should not have done my proficiencies that way. Okay.
Just parkour it. It's fine.
That is a dirty 20.
Enough. So you just slide down the side of the rock ledge, just and slide down. No damage at all as you continue to run. So Leet, it's just you, fangs in hand. What do you do?
These got to be delivered. He's taking Goosh's request very seriously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not that he doesn't want to save the kids or anything like that, but he fully believes in Goosh,
Right.
and it fills him with more confidence knowing that Jonathan and Wes are going. So he's like, I'm gonna deliver this.
Okay. So Leet leaves.
Yes.
Leet leaves. Running through the cave tunnel, you find yourself out into the clear, open night air. While the rest of you run through the cavern. Goosh, Jonathan, Wes. Goosh, you wind through tunnel, left, right, through this winding tunnel. You're like, please, soon, please, please. And finally, you come to a chamber where there is this takes you off guard for a second. You look and you see this is almost as if living quarters. There is a desk. There is a table. There are tables with vials on them, liquids. And off to one side, you see there is an offshoot tunnel that leads to a prison where bars of rusted iron and steel have been wrought to form this sort of prison. As you see 4 human men and a child, as they're he kind of like grips his son, and they look all of them at you as you rush in and go, oh, thank the gods, get us out of here, please. Goosh, I'm going to need you to give me a thieves tool check.
But and then would Jonathan arrive like shortly right behind him, or was it just was it just Goosh right now?
It would
that's
be
fine if it is. If it's just Goosh.
It would be you would come in about 10 seconds or so.
Okay. Yep. So I'm out of there.
Okay, so as Goosh is making his way, he's
For
going
real.
to seriously. So as Goosh is like walking towards the doors, he's also gonna like just swipe those vials and put them in his cloak.
Okay. Nice.
And then so thieves tools 19.
19. You go to and you think, oh, it broke. Oh no. And you go and you pull it in, and it just unlocks. And the door swings open.
We must go now.
Yeah, and he's like, he holds his son who's crying as they run out. And Jonathan, you get here just now as you see Goosh with this group coming out.
Nice.
You also see this strange room, vials, books. There's like a table, a desk. It's very strange.
Yeah, and Jonathan's probably not the guy, even though this stuff would probably be interesting to the average sorcerer or someone who would want to figure out how they did this. But his first thing is like survival, getting the kids, making sure Goosh is fine. So he like runs into the middle of the room, hand crossbow out, and his sword in the other hand, and kind of just Michael Bay style,
Checking it,
scanning the room, looking around. That's
This
it.
place
As
is
he's moving the kids
empty.
out. Okay.
Grab the
However,
book. Grab the book.
Goosh.
He'll grab a book
Jonathan-
if Goosh says grab it. He'll
Okay,
grab
yeah,
it.
you go and grab the book, and as you do, you look and you see etched into the table is a sigil.
Oh,
So
shit.
sort of arcane runic symbol.
Oh,
And
shit.
you only see it for a second, but it pierces into your mind, and you cannot get it out of your head.
Fuck. Okay.
You don't have to make a roll,
Okay.
but whenever you blink, it's there.
Goosh, I don't like this place. I think we need to leave.
We can go now.
And so sure, I follow. I try to like follow the kid, and I don't let Goosh know that I'm seeing this strange thing because I don't want to alarm him. So I'm just trying
Right.
to get out.
Wes, you run in just as you hear footsteps coming back through the cave as you see Goosh, Jonathan, and this group coming back through.
I'm assuming he just cartoons, gets spun around as the crowd
Whoa, 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 yeah.
room and then follows the other way.
You all run out as fast as you can, just getting out through. Who's in rear?
Guess Jonathan's probably bringing
that's-
up. Oh, Goosh. Okay.
Goosh.
Goosh? Okay. As you all are making your way through, Goosh, you are the last one out. I need a dex saving throw. Rocks are tumbling down hard now, and one comes down as if it's going to come right on top of you.
6.
6. Okay, this roll's
Could
important.
Jonathan try to give a help action or turn? turn
Here's what I will say.
Okay,
In
yeah.
order to notice this,
Mhm.
you need to give me your one good perception roll of the
Perception
night.
check by one good perception.
Your
I can-
one good perception roll of the night. Come on, man. Come
the
on,
glyph
Jonathan.
in my mind. Trying to look over his shoulder. I got a 14. Not sure.
14, that'll do it. You turn around, see Goosh. See, Goosh, here's what I will say. You can dive. You will take the damage instead.
So I can take the damage for Goosh if I dive. If I may.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I'm not even gonna.
6 points or 5 points. Let's see who does it.
I got 5. You got
I am
6.
gonna roll a d6.
Okay,
Oh.
I am.
It is d6 damage.
I'm gonna take it for Goosh. I'm gonna try to whip him out. I'm seeing this weird glyph in my mind. I grab him, I move him out of the way, and I'll let it happen. Oh,
1.
okay, I'm back.
It just grazed, catching your armor as it does.
1 point
And with
damage.
that, the group of you run, making your way out of this desecrated cavern. And as it does, the tunnel in, rocks begin falling, and a huge cloud of dust comes out as the wind howls out one last time, and then everything is still. As you're back in starlight, as Elias in his father's arms is crying, and he looks at all of you, face covered in soot and dirt and blood. I don't know who you are, but I cannot begin to thank you enough for what you've done for us.
Goosh takes off the Oni portion that's been covering his face, and he goes, and you can see all his jagged little tiny pointy teeth, and he goes, well, you can start with having your wife give us free booze for life.
That
And-
sounds like Marie.
And
That
also,
was-
I have an appointment with the captain to break leg.
Yeah, we do.
All right, awesome. So as you all make your way back through, you said you were someone was gonna give those fangs to.
Leet's. I don't know where Leet is right now. Like,
Yeah,
he went on to
okay,
go
yeah.
find her?
I apologize. Yeah. So where did Leet go?
Well, he needs to find the lady and give
needs to
her
find Belle,
Goosh's
right?
Bell.
Give
Once
me
again,
a
confident
survival
for
check
one.
as you look for her.
Okay. An 11.
11. You wander near the broken trees and shattered earth where the bear made its way through the chaos. Bones strewn about the ground of these strange creatures. You see small pools of black vile liquid. And then you hear a voice come from behind you up on a large root. So, made it out then. And you look and see she is covered in bruises and cuts. But she holds her own up against the tree, arms crossed, hood up. Did you save him?
I left that task to my friends. I know them. I know they did. Goosh did hand me these teeth to give to you. I don't know if you want them, but
She holds out her hand.
and by the way, he is not freakishly large anymore. He is
Okay.
normal halfling.
Normal halfling now.
Yeah.
She gives that half smile again for a second as she moves them in her hand. All right. Thank you. Pockets them. She looks like she hasn't had any sort of social interaction in a long time, so she doesn't really say a lot.
Want some bread? As Lee takes out from his pocket the quarter bread that he got from the inn.
She takes her hand. Is this from Lady Blackwell?
Yeah.
A sort of warm smile goes across her face for a second before it sours again. You know what? I think I'm all right, but thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Of course.
I should get going. I recommend you stay out of these woods. Not for my sake, but I cannot control all that goes through here. But it seems like you can take your own, so I won't stop you. But
Thank you for the
I wish you luck.
same to you. May Bahamut guide you. As he clicks his feet and walks back to the town.
As you click your feet and walk, you turn back for a second and she's gone. Batman style. So Leet begins walking back to town as the rest of you, following along with the rest of the townsfolk, start to begin to make your way back with a mission in hand and a reward waiting for you. You begin walking through the Verdari Wood back to the little old town of Greenbrook to celebrate the fall festival. Starlight guiding your way. That's where we're going to leave off for tonight's session.
Nice.
Nice.
Dude, that was
awesome.
I enjoyed
Well
that.
done, sir. Well done.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
well done. Thoroughly impressed with that game. That was fun.
I'm super glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we definitely threw some nonsense at you just in case.
Yep,
and
just
you handled it.
yeah.
I love the nonsense. Okay, listen, if you have time for a story, one of my players is pretty new to the game. And he was in a warehouse in the dock ward looking for smuggled in goods, which turned out to be guns. And he picked one, right? And he was like, "Oh shit!" And so I'm like, "Are you going?" And he's a Tabaxi rogue, and he's like, "You know what? I want to take a second one." And I'm like, "Okay." So he takes us one more, and I'm like, "Okay, roll stealth to get out of here, because there are guards about, you know." So he climbs, and he gets like a nat 1 on stealth. So what I do is, as he's climbing the roof of the warehouse to get out, the second gun that he had to go back for falls off of his back,
Yep.
playing down to the ground. And he decides his answer is going to pretend like there is a ghost in the warehouse with a sheet pulling up with the gun in his hands, like, "You don't know what this is!" And is going to try scaring the guards. So
Oh, that's great.
you just gotta
Yeah,
let
that's what-
players do what they gotta do.
Do what they try to do, man.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was imagining
Alright.
that Tabaxi with like Fozzie Bear's voice, like, "You don't know what that
You
is."
don't know what that is. Yeah, fantastic.
That
Yeah.
Richard, that was awesome, man.
Well, thank
That was
you.
awesome.
Thank you for playing with me, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank
That
you,
was a lot of
Richard.
fun.
I was
Thank you,
I was
Richard.
definitely trying to get you to try some other things, because I was getting Lee to like go into like different locations and stuff like that. And,
Yeah.
I just
and,
wanted to
you
be
know,
fastballed. That's
That was
the only
great.
one I'm like,
That
I
was
just wanna be
awesome.
fastballed.
I really
Yeah.
like how fast you were on those like moment to moment
Yeah.
decisions.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. I've had a lot of practice with some people that like crazy ideas.
Yeah.
So
It
It
never
definitely
felt like
helps.
you were off, like, oh God, what do I do here? Because they're going off
Yeah.
script. You know, it never felt like that.
awesome.
At all. Even when it felt like you were like, it seemed like we were supposed to talk to the captain, right? And we were just like, fuck that captain, we're going over
Fine.
here.
That's fine.
It was great. Like you like you made it work seamlessly. It was really good NPCs. I felt like I could see everybody individually, really good descriptions, like every location, all through combat. You never broke descriptive nature was like on point,
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I felt immersed by that, music, all that. So yeah, man. What did you think about the game? I mean, we're welcome. If anybody needs to go, feel free to go. But I would love to debrief for you for a second just to see what you thought and how it felt for you doing this, whole thing.
For me or for you,
for everybody,
for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
But just starting with you, how did you feel about the session? Like this being like your first session for kind of doing this way with people you don't know and everything. Like
I was definitely nervous coming into it. I have to be honest with you. Between working and studying, I hadn't had a chance to fully prep this until 3 hours ago.
Bro,
so I was classic DM, right? Classic DM is just the hour before you're like, oh god. But yeah, just because I honestly, the way I DM most of the time, I don't normally use Roll20 in my home games, just because I normally I describe things like I did with you guys, and I just do that most of the time. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like I knew coming into this, you guys were gonna be good.
Yeah.
I loved how into it all of you were, how creative you all got. It was a blast. It was a pleasure being your DM. So
thank you, man.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
I just have to tell you, you've been doing this for 5 years. I've only been doing this for almost a year, and only with my kids, essentially. Yeah. So Malcolm gave me the opportunity to start. So I've only been DMing for adults since, what was the first game? June?
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, I mean, honestly, for you to have if you're telling me, honestly, you prepped this in 3 hours, if you're telling me that you don't use Roll20, I would never know. Like your Roll20 skills were on point. And I love that. I do think you can run a game without Roll20. You don't even need it. That could have been a Theater of the Mind episode, and it would have all worked out. Yeah. But even with Roll20, for those people who are more visual learners and they need that, dude, it was perfect. It was just like, you made tokens for all of our characters and dropped them on the board. And then for the last kind of final scene, it did kind of help to have that map up to kind of see where everybody was. I thought it was a nice addition, and you didn't rely on the map as much. You were still so descriptive that I could have seen the tree growing out of the the ceiling, and it was great.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
A lot of fun. I was thoroughly impressed by it, and I don't know. Is this a written module, or is this something of completely homebrewed?
This is homebrew. This was the beginning of my homebrew campaign, just condensed down into one session.
Very cool.
This is the beginning. So this took the players from level 2 to level 3.
Okay.
They started in a different town, going to Greenbrook to help with the fall festival. They were like guards for some people that were going there when they wound up attacked by gnolls, and they had to go find out what was going on, and they met someone in the woods that helped them, and the mines was more of a thing, but I just kind of streamlined it into when you think of a one shot, the way that I like to think of it is opening, setup, and then you have max 5 scenes, right? So you have intro scene. What I wanted to do with the creek is set up, this is what you're fighting. This is basic, this is what it is. It's not going to kill you, but this is what it is. Then set up for the climax, then the climax, and then you head on back. So it's the 5 room or whatever you want to do. But yeah, this all takes place in my homebrew world. It's just a thing that I made. I just love the idea of, I don't even know where it came from, but the idea of the upside down tree really stuck with me.
Great.
That was cool.
It reminds me of the D&D and Tales from the Yawning Portal, one of the old classic The
Yeah,
Sun
yeah, yeah,
Citadel
yeah.
at the Sun Citadel at the bottom of the
Yes,
Sun
yes, the
Citadel.
Sun Citadel. I think that might have been part of where I got that from. But
Very
then
cool.
I was in a German class with someone that does art, and I was like, "Hey, can I
Mm.
commission you to do a piece for me for my campaign?" So I wanted the
That's
end of
cool.
my first
That is
arc of the campaign to
cool.
have that art.
Great
So that's
art. Yeah,
where
great
that
that you
comes from.
showed that.
Oh.
It like helped you see it. Let me ask
Yeah.
this. This is what I want to know. I would want to ask the party before you, because I would love to understand. I would love to hear what everybody thinks the story behind everything that happened was, and then I would love for you to explain what all happened there.
Sure.
And with the Knolls and everything. What do you guys think first to the party? And I don't think I completely know. I know. So if I had to walk my way through this, the Knolls clearly come out of the tree. There's this alchemical, there's a laboratory. They're taking the people. I imagine that they're slowly feeding them either to the tree to create the Knolls, or what do you guys think? I don't know.
You definitely killed some kind of kid or something, Malcolm. There.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
there,
I know it was
there were
probably
definitely
like
three kids playing, and we only found one. And I'm
We-
like, I guess that's
Yeah.
enough.
We found Elias, but here's the thing: the Knolls. We also clearly, it seems like it alluded to the fact that this thing was catching human, like adults as well, and maybe turning the adults into.
Mhm.
But all the Knolls.
Well, I thought that was the party, right? That was the mayor of the town
Oh,
that went
yeah.
out with the party to go find Elias, and they were missing for a
Got
few
it,
days.
and they were
Yeah,
missing.
exactly,
So
That's in the
exactly.
that's who
backstory of the
that
campaign.
was. But then
I cheated. I read the
other, the
campaign
big
page.
Knoll was a part of the tree. It was covered in bark, while the rest of
Yeah.
them were
Yeah.
like almost necromancy, were like dead bone. So I don't know. I would love to hear like what the complete story was.
Another thing too is that they were using swords. You know, some of them
Yeah.
were actually using swords, so they were like bestial, undead, but at the same time too, they had some sort of like humanoid, aspect to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, fully. Yeah.
It's pretty deep. So this whole thing was a setup for the main like story thread through the campaign. So this was like the beginning seed of like this is what's happening. The basic premise is that this tree and one thing that you guys didn't find out that you didn't really have time for, I'm not like I could have brought it in, but I feel like I didn't want to like overload you guys with information. I thought it was better to just streamline it. But the reason they don't have a lot of fresh food is because the forest things are not growing there. And the why Belle was saying that she had to try and protect the forest, and why she was taking the samples from the wolves in the first part that I read to you guys, is because the wolves are dying, because everything is dying in the forest. And so this tree, those roots go up into the forest, and it's sucking the life.
Choked. Yeah.
It's choking the life out of it. So there is someone doing that. That the Knolls are not doing that. There is someone created this tree. Someone is causing this to happen, because Knolls do not take prisoners.
Yeah.
Knolls kill and eat. So there is someone pulling the strings that was not there, and that person is someone from a backstory of one of my PCs, that she's following. She's trying to chase and bring them back home because they're like part of a cult, basically. I homebrewed in my world. The gods are called aspects, and so they're basically part of a cult to an aspect that they believe is the aspect of the harvest, but is an aspect of the undead. And so they believe that necromancy is okay. It's a part of life, whatever. So that tree is a part of their history. It's not a part of who they are now, but this person found out about it. He read through some of the text that the folks in charge of their cult had kept hidden from them. So he finds this out and is like, I have to find out what's going on. And is using that to find out what this tree does and what it is.
It's cool. It's really good, man. So
Thank you.
I had a lot of fun with that.
Mhm.
So I think you would be good whether you want to do something like what Nick does, which is homebrew, or but like I said, if sometimes it's cool if you want to run one of the modules, like one of the things that people are thinking on their mind, because people are drawn to
sure.
what they want to play, right?
Yeah.
So if you
Um,
run Rhyme of the Frostmania or something, people are like, oh shit, I've been wanting to run that. So
For
they
sure.
draw people into your game. But
I'm definitely down. But here's what I will also show you as well. So, if I get the chance to start doing this, I'm gonna definitely invest in this more when I have time. But I use an app, Legend Keeper.
okay. Oh, good.
This is a map that I drew
Oh, this is
for my world.
Legend Keeper.
This is it's kind of like World Anvil, except World Anvil stole this idea from this guy. So this is the original version of this. So I can set up people, like if I have people that play in my world, I can set up, I can see the capital here, Niskaira, and then I can go to the map and I can see all these different
That's
places
cool.
and everything.
Dude.
Or there's like a wiki.
This is awesome.
Dude.
It works like that, and I can set up permissions. So with this sort of like I can say I can show this, so anyone who's a part of this can see it, or I can hide it. Like if I have like hidden story things like religion with the aspects, and I want to hide that stuff, all the different aspects and everything, I can be like, oh, I want to hide this page.
Dude, Nick, you got to start. I don't know if you're using this, but like you start expanding that
Oh yeah,
world.
Nick definitely needs this because his world is already
crazy.
too cumbersome to catch,
Yeah.
to track on paper.
This is amazing. Like I love this. I use it all the time. It's super easy to just set up pins. Like I can go, okay, new pin, and then you can click change the icon, change the color. There's like a bunch of different icons.
Yeah.
You can change like what size it is, like what it is exactly, a small pin if you want to, whatever, confirm. You can name it. So let's say this would be name like example, and then I can change where it goes. So it's in the kingdom of Ranar. So then it's under Ranar. And then create article and pin. And that's where it is.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's really freaking awesome.
I'm already searching that up.
Yeah.
That's something I need.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Who did the map? Did you do this map or something?
I drew this map.
That's a solid map. Like,
thank you. This was actually the first map I ever did. I was very, very proud of it. I am currently working on a bigger map right now of just Ranar, just this area here. But I'm gonna scan that in and do it eventually. But this is just pen on paper.
Good stuff.
So, thank you. I appreciate that.
Very,
yeah,
very,
it's
very
fantastic.
Cool. Dude, man, yeah. My thumb up. We need to get you running games ASAP.
Yeah,
100%.
Thank you so much.
I started off deliberately trying to be a trouble player, just making it to where you had to pull me out, and I wasn't gonna do anything unless you tried to get me involved. Mal helped a little bit, but honestly, everything I threw at you, you handled
Thank you
great.
so much.
Yeah.
I was impressed, man.
Thank you. That means a lot, guys. It
I
really
was out here
does.
trying to use stuff without using stuff, and you corrected it right away. And
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
And I will say, to be total honesty, if there is any more critique or critique-based feedback that you have for Richard, if it's something if you don't feel comfortable being that person, but like, well, this could have been, better. Feel free to, if you don't want to, feel free to tell him now. Otherwise,
please feel free. After every session, I always ask my players that. After every session, I'm like, how was it?
Yeah.
Was it good? Was it good?
And sometimes that stuff, it might even, because also we're on the high from such a fun game, it might come later, right? So if it does come later, I will send it to you. Like, I did think about this, and any of that stuff, feel free to let me know or let Richard know. And we'll
please, yeah. And I definitely don't take offense.
Super minor. It was super minor,
please.
and it's not even story based. It's just like we got to that last battle right at the 2-hour mark, and that might have been, especially over Zoom, might have been a good stop to just take 5 minutes.
True. Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Use the restroom, grab a drink.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
that's
a good
something.
idea.
Yeah, man. That's super minor.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Like, that's
And I do it.
that's
I'm a victim of doing that. I've learned that, and I realize that now. Around the hour and a half to 2 hour mark, you got to give everybody just a quick break because they've
For
been.
sure. And normally I do that with my players, but it was just this high and like nervousness. I was like, okay, we're doing this thing now.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Nah, bro, I get it. It was
Thank
good.
you guys so much.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, as a high school teacher, I was just like, man, this dude is on it. Like anything we're throwing at him, he's rolling with it. Because I mean, you know, like that's what I do on a daily basis. Okay, like this isn't work. What can I do next to
Yeah.
just be flexible? And you did that amazingly well. No matter what I threw at you,
It
even
was
from
great.
the beginning, when you saw that, I'm like. Which is great because you know sometimes like as when we do DMing, it's like sometimes we're not going to check all the equipment, and I was like, oh cool, you totally called me on that. I'm like, all right, I'm like this was like, all right, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Thank you. I definitely take a lot of DMing skills from Dimension 20 and
oh yeah.
Critical
And
Role,
Lee Mulligan,
and
that's my
Brennan Lee Mulligan is okay.
Yeah.
Matt
that dude is-
Mercer is of course phenomenal, but hot take, Brennan Lee Mulligan is the best DM out there right now.
I actually agree with you. I think Matt is
Yeah.
he's like the Tom Cruise of D&D. He's just like the popular. But when I look at I've started to watch more of the Dimension 20, and I'm like, dude, this guy's good.
He's
Like,
awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah.
try. The main thing that I get from him is that yes and that creativity. He is
Yes.
on top of it. He is so energetic all the time.
I think
You know,
that's
he
like,
is-
as I look at him, is like you're now that you say that you're that type of DM. I think a lot of us are kind of more. If I had to model myself to try to, it would be more after like the way he plays the game than the way the kind of methodical, very slow,
yeah,
building approach that Matt plays the game.
for sure,
Matt,
yeah.
Matt is working the long game, and it always works because who's to know? We would probably, if we got to see Matt play the game in multiple ways, but usually he's playing with the group that he knows very well, and
Yeah.
they are playing the long game, right? Versus we are playing with people you may not play with again, so you've got 3 to 4 hours to make the most maximum impact on them and the world. Than you
Absolutely, for sure.
Mhm.
whatever. With Matt, they could shoot the shit for 2 hours and it's
And people would
fine.
love it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody's just like, did you see Roll20? Nothing happened this week, but it was amazing.
Yeah,
because
They're
like,
all famous voice actors. They have just such good energy
they
together.
were in a
It just
bar
works.
for 3 hours.
3 hours.
And it was the
Mhm.
best thing.
What did they do? They went shopping.
Yeah.
Another one that helped me too, Griffin McElroy of the Adventure Zone.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Love
that's
me.
not D&D at all.
It's
but
not,
it's beautiful. when
but
it
it's
goes to-
amazing.
Okay, I'll put
Oh,
that on
it's
my
so
list.
good.
Griffin McElroy. I gotta like that.
Griffin,
Ooh, my boy
Oh,
Justin,
God.
man. Justin killed.
Justin is the best player. I swear to God, Justin McElroy is the
Oh.
best D&D player alive. Hot take. Quote me on
I
it.
like these hot takes, man. These are good.
His characters are phenomenal. They are top notch every time. He is so good. But Griffin, first time DM, they shot the shit. They ran Lost Mines as a one shot for one of them had a kid and they just did it as like a one-time thing on their podcast. It turned into this ginormous epic story.
Oh yeah, that's everybody talks
Yes.
about that. Yeah.
Balance,
straightforward
balance,
and good.
yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
I've watched all of Critical Role.
mhm.
I never cried during Critical Role. I cried during the Adventure Zone.
Wow.
From a comedy podcast.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
starts
it's
out as a
super-
comedy podcast and it turns into the most emotional and real shit. And
cool.
oh my
That's
god,
cool.
it's so good. Cannot recommend it enough.
Dude, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I would-
I appreciate all the DMs like taking your time to
Mhm.
run a game.
Yeah, thank you guys so
today.
much. Thank you for everything.
And
I
Richard, thank
really
you for taking
appreciate
your
it.
time. What time is
Yeah.
it there at? Because you're in Austria, right?
I'm in Austria. It is 10:30.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Golly, you might
Yeah,
need
an
to get
hour
some sleep,
behind.
bro. We didn't know it was that late.
Or,
Oh, it's totally fine. This has been amazing. This has been so good. I've been
Yeah.
worried about this for the past 2 weeks. So it's really nice to like have it be done and have it be a success and be like, okay, yes, I
It
am
was
good at
good.
this thing. I can do this thing. Yes.
Yeah, let's
Because
talk
it's like
tomorrow.
one thing, when it's your friends. It's always your friends, and it's like, but is it just because it's my friends? Like, I don't know, it's my friends. But it's really nice to play with people that I don't know yet and have them enjoy it and have
It's
a good
kind of like
time.
stand up. Everybody's funny with their friends, and then you have to like get up
Yes.
there and like, all right, all these I'm supposed to make all these people laugh, right? And you got it. You did it.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
definitely a
and
different atmosphere, especially when you do like do paid games and stuff like that, and it's like you want to make sure that the people that are going to your games are getting what their money's worth, you know.
Yes. Yeah,
And
for sure.
like just recently, I felt really bad. Like it was out of my hands, but my internet was out for like a couple weeks.
Oh my
So,
God.
and I already had like 3 games scheduled, and I couldn't really run them because just like I do all my stuff on Roll20 online and stuff like that using Discord, and I would just letting them know, hey, really sorry about that stuff. I'm going to be setting up all the like the rescheduling and stuff like that, and later today I am rescheduling one of the games at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So we are playing today?
We are playing today at 6.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, you might want to send the confirmation out just in case.
Yeah.
I mean, I responded to you, but I didn't see it. Is it on Meetup?
No, it wasn't on Meetup. I personally messaged everyone that was that signed
Yeah.
up for that game.
yeah,
Another
and
good
just
thing,
so you know,
is that
Richard, like,
everyone- oh, go ahead.
go ahead, Malcolm.
I was just going to say really quickly is another good thing I think is that this game had a little bit of everything for everybody. It's always going to be hard to please everybody because the more you play with people that are not your friends, the more you start to realize, like now that I've played with these people for a year, I start to realize that I kind of know the players that are at the game. But for a while, you'll be playing with people. You don't know what they want. What makes them want to play D&D? Is it critical role? Do they want to bash and kill things? And you'll slowly have to make your games kind of work. Have to throw in, you don't have to bend your world to the players, but you have to like have a little bit of everything or opportunity for everything. And I think you did that very well. There was an opportunity to role play if you want to role play. You gave us more than enough opportunity to stick around in town, right? And you gave us more than enough opportunity to fight things, and it was a good balance.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was
need
going to
that
say
mac and cheese and cornbread waffle next time, though, bro.
Seriously,
Yes.
like I mean that was one of the cool things. Like I made this character because I've been running like the Eberron games for us, and so my introduction was playing with Jason, with Nick. Malcolm was doing like the music for me for my first game, so like I know that these guys can like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, and it was great to see that. But you really made me want to like, okay, like I made the character for the game. I'm like, yeah. And then just the interactions and what you allowed me to do, I'm like, now I want to play this character more.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That
it
makes
was
me
a
so
Goosh.
happy.
I like Goosh. She's pretty cool.
I love Goosh. I was not expecting Goosh to be Goosh, but
Yeah.
I really
Mhm.
enjoyed Goosh a lot, for
Yeah,
sure.
so now, I mean, and I think that's a telling sign for a DM is like when you can make somebody care for their character. And I know I did that to Malcolm in an Eberron game, and he's just like, you can go ahead. And then like halfway through the game, he's just like, no, I kind of like the character now. And so
One thing
Yeah,
I would
for
say,
sure.
one thing I would add to your game now, I know it takes a little bit of extra like planning and just like it you do feel like you're kind of like patting your tummy and rubbing your head at the same time, but that music element, like
yeah,
that because your playlist was so on point, like every
Well, thank you.
scene was set up perfect.
was
Even
I
yeah,
have most of my playlists on Spotify are D&D related.
yeah.
So
that most of mine are too. They're all categorized
Mad at you.
by
but even that Spotify list that you sent us last night, like that
oh,
was
thank you.
it set the
I mean that yeah,
tone.
we finished our Strahd
Oh
game,
yeah.
and then Malcolm sent that, and I put it on because my kids were asleep, and I just started listening to them like, and then I reread the intro, and I'm like, oh, this so fits. Like this
Yeah.
is
Cool. That
this
makes
is
me
just
so
hitting
happy.
you. Yeah, like it was really cool. So yeah.
I definitely stole the vibe from, there is a horror anthology podcast called Old Gods of Appalachia. And it is like Cthulhu meets,
Yes.
you know it?
Oh,
My
I'm a
guy.
huge Cthulhu fan, and so it
Nice.
also the other thing I was gonna tell you, this had like the elements of season 1 of True Detective. That's I think what the
Oh.
music really like, because
Awesome.
you can
yeah.
tell we're going. I was just like, I'm like, oh man, like I was as soon as he said like we get into that cover, I'm like, man, if we're gonna start seeing some little statues or something like that, and then I'm like,
Yeah. It was
I
even great because when
love-
your creature came out, I didn't know it was I know there's that the DM in me went back to like whatever I think it's Volo's guy, but the knoll,
Yeah, yeah.
the bone knoll. I was like,
yeah,
it took me a minute, but I was like, oh, that's what was coming out. But even the way you were describing it, I saw it. I didn't know it was a knoll, but I was like, this thing has a long bone head. Like it's got to have a long bone head, and that fits with that description of this kind of like because in these southern twang, like everything about it made me think of like old like oxen dead, everything that's dead, the
Yeah.
bones will be laying on the ground.
Yeah,
And so I
like
saw that creature
skinwalkers
even
and all that stuff.
before you finished the description, and then I was like, and then on top of it, it was a knoll, and I was like, oh, this is great. Like it was really
Awesome.
well done. So
That makes me so happy. Yeah. Yeah, I've been binging that podcast. I just love because it's a mixture of like Cthulhu and Southern vibes, and it is just so fantastic. And I just love incorporating horror elements into the game because I think what I try and do when I play is, especially with one shots, but whenever, is just to break down D&D into just that bare bones. This is what you have to do: is build up something tense and give the players a chance to resolve it, and just build things around that. I honestly, like for my home games, I don't prep that much because I try and, rather than have a strict guideline that I follow, is I feed off of the players. And I think, what would be cool right here? What would be more intriguing right here? Like what was in the pool? I wasn't expecting there to be anything in the pool. And then I was just like, it'll be cool if there was. And what would be even cooler? If you shot it and it killed it. But what would be cool? That can't be the end of it. Like, okay, the room starts shaking. Okay, cool. Now that gives them a chance to have more of a choice. Like it's all about making the players have hard choices.
Yeah. And it's funny, and they've always say this, I've read this in many other places, but it made me feel like, as a player, it made me feel like what you just revealed to me is like, you kind of, whether you made it up on the spot or not, it doesn't matter. But like in that moment, it made me feel like you planned for something to be there, and that I was the only player that got it right.
Yes,
like, I somehow knew there was something in that tree. So my wishful thinking was, because normally in these kind of situations, it's that tree must be the source of this other thing's power. So I'm thinking, I was thinking, if I can find the source and shut it off, then I can win. You might not have, you'd be like, well, you're just supposed to kill the creature. But then by you allowing me to do that, I'm like, dude, I found out that secret like no one was thinking about, right?
It
Like
makes you feel important. And that's the thing, is like, to reward the players for creative thinking, I think is super.
And I risked it all with 6 hit points left, like,
it was so good. It was so good.
I went in there. So my plan was jump in the pool, right? Do it, because I figured something like, and like Malcolm's saying, you're playing with a bunch of DMs. So I'm like, something's going to be in the pool. Goosh wanted to jump in, squeeze whatever was going to be in there, hold on to it. And then when you said that there was that other room, I'm like, okay, he's going to go in there. And then I did it with 5 hit points. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, all right, I'm going to give you the fangs. Like, you go, like, we're just doing this.
Fantastic.
Letting that moment happen with the letting Leap throw Goosh into the hole.
So awesome.
Was such
How could I not? How could I not? That was so good.
Oh man. In other news, Nick, did you hear about what Renee's character started doing last night in the Fangs game?
Oh no.
So this guy,
I almost stabbed Goose just because I'm having reciprocal effects of what Renee was doing last night. I was like,
in our Curse of Strahd game, Renee plays a elf named Creus, who is
he's he's an elf. He's an elf ranger from House Thorani. So he has like the mark of death that he carries, like the mark of shadow, tattooed on the back of his head. And he was very upfront with when they finally asked him what he wanted, and he's just like, "Look, I want Barovia." He told Strahd straight out, like, Strahd invites them after he had TPK'd the other party of the good guys. We're playing the bad guys. We're playing the villains, and they're all sitting around.
Yeah, it's 2 parties against each other.
Yeah, and so we're sitting around, and Strahd's just like, drink some wine. Everybody's drinking the wine, and he's just like, look, you want out, I want in. I want to control everything that you have. You want to escape. These my fellow adventurers who are in this, they want out. So just you can hand it over to me, no problem. And we're at the Ember Temple, and some stuff goes down.
Dude,
amazing.
It's crazy. There was a moment where players just start attacking other players. It was a full on like,
Holy shit!
I'm
It
gonna
was
slit his
Battle
throat
Royale.
kind of moment. Yeah, and it was just
Jesus.
like, oh my gosh, it got really intense.
And you say
That's
Curse of
crazy.
Strahd campaign, but it's really not. It's devolved because there's actually
I bet.
two parties, two
Yeah.
campaigns basically going on in this
Yeah.
Strahd game. They're part of the villain campaign that works for Strahd.
It's all a point of view, Nick.
Yeah, I
And
mean, yeah, come on. Who's the real bad guy here?
Malcolm said it's the villain campaign.
I
He
called
said it
villain
himself.
campaign.
No.
It's the villain
Renee is fully the true bad guy here. Like it's not ambiguous anymore. There was a time where the villains had heart. Renee.
Yeah.
Ah,
And then there's the, quote unquote good guys are the, that like the less bad guys. But honestly, it's changing now with how things have been going on. But yeah,
It's
I,
interesting.
I think we may see the death of one of the only good players in our next round.
Yeah, somebody's not getting out alive next game. That's what it looks like. So-
it's such a crazy.
It's so much fun, and just so you know, Richard, like I was DMing a couple, and I mostly do the Everon games, but I've been watching since Malcolm started posting, and I was telling him, I'm like, look, I'm Mexican, man, like novelas, this is what we do, like this is what we watch, and when he started posting, I'm like, this